somehow they're keeping a portal to hell sealed shut so demons and Satan don't fucking spill out onto the earth.
Okay, so you can see the prompt. Perfect. Effigy?
You can use a hyperbolic hypothetical to justify anything.
Right, exactly. So what I'm saying is, if there was the case that we release these files and there was immediate nuclear holocaust to happen across the world, would you want the files released?
I don't think that's how.
Wait, after the nukes fall or before?
100%.
We're sticking to the prompt, okay?
Can we not
How are
the
nukes?
prompt in
I'm
the
just
real
trying
world,
to get
though?
to. I'm just trying to get to the
People
logic tree.
across
Is that a
the
fucking
world.
crazy cult?
So you're saying
because of a few fucking rich billionaires who like to get with children. Is that
It's
what
not
you're
just
saying?
billionaires, it's politicians, it's actors, it's
Trump has nothing to do
Or
with
national.
So you're saying
If you can sweep
Let's
all of
say-
those people out of public life, you don't think it would be worth it?
But if to release that were to cause that, is that
so
what
you're saying?
telling
So
me?
you're saying?
No.
You're
Get away
saying if
from
it,
your stupid
Squeeze them
maximalist
out, but the
hyperbolic
rest of
thing,
the
man.
entire world
no,
died.
I'm
Going back to
listening.
the real world.
Yeah, the real world is
Yes,
he's
yes,
arguing.
yeah, we're sticking with the prompt though here, gentlemen.
In
Yeah, I'm
the
trying to
real
answer
world,
his question.
I got a new prompt.
That's not
Hey, you
is
think
how I
that
know-
the whole world wants to
that way.
see what happened to the United States, what happened to Europe 180 years ago?
Shut up! I'm trying to answer his question. Yo, the fucking you're saying that if this list comes out tomorrow, billionaires and world leaders are just going to start shooting fucking nukes off at each other. That's the question. That's the argument.
That's the hypothetical
Not my
because the
argument.
prompt is
My guess is
then-
that
then we are- Then they're using
Does-
nukes. They're using nukes to ransom us. I would rather the world start getting nuked than being fucking held fucking captive by tyrants.
so innocent people dying in droves by the billions.
The
which
tree
is
of
what
liberty
happened.
must be watered with blood of
What if,
tyrants and patriots.
Worth
What if it
exposing
made more people
They did say
turn?
that.
or new.
What if it
tree is
made more
thirsty.
people PDF
You know,
files?
back when they used to line up in a row on the field before nuclear bombs or any of that shit.
What happens when you
airplanes
see
or
all
anything.
the rich and successful people and all the people that the masses idolize, the artists, the music industry, the actors? What happens when all these people see that all these people were PDF files and it increases the number of PDF files?
What?
A lot of people might be like, well, dang, Will Smith is on
I
the
don't
list.
see that happening.
Well, I'm
That's
thinking of a
ridiculous.
hypothetical. I'm thinking of a more realistic
Presupposition
hypothetical than the
We'll have copycats
nukes
of
blowing
fucking
up the world.
weirdos. That's
Yeah,
not a good thing.
copycats are going to be weird as far as PDF files. That's not really going to happen that much. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
Like, not even.
it's-
murder.
It's already happening. It's being normalized.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
saying
And so when you
normalized
get a
is not
list,
adopting
when you get a
behavior
list
that
of
you're
all the
promoting
world
against
leaders
the
and all the
world.
Yeah,
billionaires
that's
and all
not
the
the world
actors,
leaders.
and
That's
all
some
the
liberal arts teacher at the fucking university arguing for maps. That she's not a fucking Mossad agent or a
Yeah,
fucking
she
CIA
has
agent.
she has more material.
Okay, well, that's how
motivation
everything.
behind
That's how
that than
feminism
murderers or
started. That's
people
how
who are PDF
Marxism
files.
started.
What?
The prompt
You're saying
is-
Mossad started fucking feminism and
A
Marxism?
teacher teaching in a college.
The prompt
Dumbass.
is does
Okay.
anything. Do you guys know what that word means? Just trying to like elucidate what he's asking
No,
here.
I'm saying no. Nothing justifies the tyranny. You're arguing that the world should be held captive by fucking Machiavellian psychopaths because they have
No.
the keys to nukes.
So either this happens or everybody goes like everyone dies. That's
I mean,
Would you like
be a
someone who
slave.
doesn't
Sure.
have in charge of the nukes to be running
You're
shit?
assuming
Would
we
it
can't
be
prosecute
would it
you
be
without releasing the
easier?
list.
Would it be easier if
that's
I
what I'm
had said? So what if I like just say like does national security justify Trump lying about the Epstein files? Does that help you?
no, not at all. No, what, like I'm answering the prompt here. No, if it's national security, throw him the fucking prison.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I'm gonna because you, like with anything you're saying like because the word I heard someone bring up if the portal of hell is gonna be blocked and shit like this like so like because I when I said anything I meant
The
like,
gates of oblivion are open. I'm sorry. I'm just
anything with
reality, yes.
anything with like an actual probability of being able to happen. But
You release the
I'd
files and
say
a black
if
hole opens up.
it's easier if I just say does national security justify
on the
Trump
side of
lying
God.
about the Epstein files?
No, dangerous freedom over fucking tyranny, dude. This is
Yeah,
the
but
American
my question-
expression.
My question to you is: do you think that just releasing files is going to make the investigations and the arrests happen, or do you think that those things need to happen regardless of whether or not the list is actually released to the public?
Not going to.
I think
Because-
both.
Like, they were granted immunity in his first conviction.
And then,
So, anybody
besides-
who's arguing for this is
Die without dignity.
Let's fucking go. Shout out to the chat. Legends. Fucking legends. So I will be in for Verbal Combat round 82. All right.
By the
Just
way,
fuck
Trump
with the
requested for
Holy-
files to be released today. So looks like they're still trying to release Epstein files. It's just
yeah,
not the
he's doing it
exact
because we're putting
Oh,
pressure on
oh,
him.
yeah.
We're putting
Oh,
pressure
they'll
on him.
release
He's
some
worried.
selective
He's
fucking
worried
edited
about his
shit for
fucking
sure.
legacy
It's not
because
the-
we're putting
you
pressure
don't
on
even
him.
know what exact files you're looking for. So every time
Yeah,
they
but
release
the
a few
thing-
files, they're releasing Epstein files.
We have some of the Epstein files.
Hey,
already.
wait,
I know,
so-
that's what
so-
I'm saying.
You see how he's contradicting himself?
Burned.
Last week there
be
were
honest
no
with you.
files. Now there's files he's releasing tomorrow. He's flip-flop back
There
and forth
are
20 times
Epstein
on
files,
this.
but he's saying there's not this list that people are talking about. Like it's a collection of files and there's names in it. And what
Yes, and most of it's child porn.
Well, hold on. That doesn't.
Like,
that's
as far as-
not-
as far as the
overall.
body
Look at
of-
the videotape looks
Any
doctored. What
videos
else?
of
Anything else
underage
out?
kids?
So like, you really
What do you
want to
mean,
like
child
look at it, or you
So,
want to
yeah,
fuck
do you-
up about it?
Oh,
Do you
that's
wanna-
not. That's
Do we
not-
want to look at CP?
Fuck no.
Do you-
I
so
don't
we
think
release
that's
all.
what's being
Wait.
said.
You want all the Epstein files released to the public? That includes all that CP.
No.
No,
See,
they're going to
that's
draw black
actually
lines through a
wrong.
lot of documentation and not reveal that. They're going to use common sense. Come on, bro.
Right. I want.
We protect
what
victims.
I
We
want.
protect
JS,
victims in this
I
country.
know they
showed,
wouldn't
right?
release that.
JS, what I want is I want the
Epstein
files,
released.
all
Hold
the
on.
files,
Because now
I
they're
want all the files released unredacted except for that fucking
that
the
includes the
obviously.
CP.
No, I said
No.
except for
You
the
want
CP.
specific files. You want
I,
specific
no,
files. What
I want
specific files do
everything
you want released?
unredacted except the CP.
Yes,
Okay.
I agree. Everything except for the CP because they doctored the videotape. If you look at the videotape, it looks like somebody doctored it. So that's
Yeah,
what
they
I'm
cut 'em
asking.
in.
The same thing he's asking.
So you're saying they
Everything
could?
is doctored except for the CP. That's it. I agree with him.
Okay.
Yeah, we protect victims, dude.
I was just going to ask about that. How old are all the victims now?
It doesn't matter their age. We
So
protect
you don't
victims.
want everything
It
redacted.
kind of
That-
does.
my point is you're
Yeah,
you're
there's no
picking and
statute of
choosing what parts of
It
the
matters
files
what
you
their
want.
age
To be
is
honest with
now. Is that what you're asking, Eric?
My microphone's tweaking out of me.
Kind of
Yeah, how
irrelevant
old are
what
they
their
now?
age
They're all
when the
grown
thing
ass
happened,
women
right?
now, right?
JP Morgan
but-
just
And,
and,
There's more about when the crime happened, right?
Perpetrators fucking dead or in prison, aren't they?
no, that's the whole point of this argument, dude.
Well, one of them might be president of the fucking United States, right?
Yeah, that's also a possibility too. That is seriously also a possibility. And if so, what we for Machiavellian philosophy,
You guys know
we
Katie
continue to-
Johnson.
we-
I
we-
mean,
we-
bro,
we
it's
continue
not
to let
that
it
far
happen.
fetched that Trump was on that island at some point. I don't give a
Go
fuck
read
either
what
way. He
she
probably
said
picked
happened.
tequila and left.
Because
Yeah,
if
or
he
maybe
was
parties,
involved,
man. They probably
if
had
he
all
was
kinds of
involved in all that
orgies.
shit, he should be impeached.
Analogous to what we're talking about. Ghislaine Maxwell should be held for no reason if that's the case. So if we do dive even further, all this needs to be released except for the CP. That's all it boils down to.
Because either Trump is compromised, or he's afraid of some national security thing, or he's afraid of being embarrassed about his legacy somehow. He is a servant. We voted for him to do the thing. You might not have specifically voted on a certain issue, but dude, half of his base is upset right now. And
or
to
the
be-
list just isn't what you
and to be
think
real,
it is.
and to be real too, like knowing everything how it's played out right now, I would still vote for Trump, knowing all this, because we'd be in war with Ukraine, we'd be in war with Iran, the immigration shit would accelerate even more. I get that point. I understand the national security imperatives of what we've got going on domestically. But
Hey, here's a question: why didn't Biden
what
do
I-
shit about that?
what I'm
That
getting,
list sat on his desk for 4 years.
What I'm getting at is, if there's all these intelligence
He
agencies
couldn't read it.
that are subverting the political will and enfranchisement of the American people, we need to cut as many of them out of the fucking operation as possible. That way we can get our own intelligence agency under control, because it is supposed to be a servant of the American people, not our subjugator.
Correct, and it never has been.
No, it looks like we just bombed fucking Iran on the behest of fucking a foreign agency. When our own fucking director and czar, Tulsi Gabbard, testified to the Congress that fucking Iran didn't have nuclear capabilities. It wasn't ready. It wasn't happening.
Do you know how much intelligence we were doing on Iran?
Dude, we have the most sophisticated, expensive, largest intelligence juggernaut the Earth has ever seen in history.
Yes, and that's been focused on Russia, Belarus, and China for the
It's
last.
been focused everywhere.
No,
That's
it's
its bag.
focused on China, Belarus, and Russia for the last 11 years.
You don't think it's been focused on Iran?
You're asking what I think. It doesn't matter what I think. What you can prove is that's what I'm asking.
Dude, we've been watching Iran.
Chris Lestrange, welcome to the show.
What's up, dude?
Yeah, we've not been watching the country that is an enemy to all our allies in the region. That's retarded, dude.
Listen,
No,
listen.
I'm not saying they're like it's. I'm not saying we haven't had any intel on them.
Dude, you were
What
just
I'm
arguing.
asking
You were just arguing how powerful.
No,
it
no.
was a God. You've been talking about the CIA like it's got God power, and now all of a sudden it doesn't know what's going on.
I have
in
not.
Iran.
I have not. You're completely misrepresenting what I'm saying. What I'm asking you is a very specific question. How much intel have we devoted to Iran?
The same amount that we put into China and Russia.
Oh,
and all
really?
our
Can
enemies.
you prove that?
How
Please
can you
prove that.
wait? Like,
Can you prove? Well, can you prove how much
you can't
can you-
possibly prove?
Yeah, this is a non-falsifiable question. How much fucking intel are we putting in spying on China and Russia? Can you tell me that?
I can tell you that for the last 11 years, we've spent a lot.
Listen, what we brought
pretty
up
large
here, right?
quantity
What
of
we
it.
brought up here, hold up. What we brought up here was if national security justifies holding on to the Epstein files, right?
Yeah.
And again, like, so when people say yes, I want to know, like, when you're saying yes, and you're thinking of national security, is this any level of national security, or does it have to be like a level where everybody's gonna die?
Everybody's
Or what
afraid
is
of
it
nukes.
exactly, right?
This is a bunch of dudes that their job is to investigate pictures of little kids, and they want to keep working, and I don't give a fuck. They can lose their
Everybody's
jobs.
afraid. Everybody, the fear imperative is centered around nuclear warfare and nukes and all that stuff. And I don't even completely buy into that. I do believe, honestly, in the mutually assured destruction policy of the 20th and 21st century. Like, if you look historically, amongst the superpowers of the world, there's never been a more peaceful time. If you look at North Korea for decades and decades and decades has been screaming death to the West, and that we're gonna fire a fucking nuke as soon as we get one into DC and London, and death to the capitalist West, and we're gonna fucking turn Saul into a glass parking lot.
Right.
They got a nuke and they haven't done shit with it because of mutually assured
We were
destruction.
afraid of that. Who
Yeah,
said
but have you
we were
thought
afraid of that?
about the fact that Korea can't hit America, bro? They don't have the capability.
It doesn't matter. They
to do
can hit
that.
Japan. That's a infrastructural ally.
Well, the reason I asked the question I did is because, like, I don't see a level of national security that would be justified to keep secrets of a bunch of elite pedos in our government or any other government. I don't think that I don't find using leverage as the reason to keep it, right? I don't find that either. Like, right? Like, I don't think we should ever stoop to the level of the devil to have leverage over people.
Word.
Level of the devil.
It's not stooping to the level of the devil.
There's all this fear of,
He called his
apocalypse.
plane the Lolita Express.
And that's how the intelligence operation works. That's the real leverage in all this.
You know that.
Everybody's
I think you know
everybody's
everything you need to
afraid-
know already
Everybody's
without
afraid of the
having
end
the
of the
list.
world.
You
so
know
the
his
list
plane was
can
the
never
Lolita
come out.
Express.
But it's not, and it's not even that the fucking there was anything going on the island. That doesn't have to happen. The operation could be working to plan right now. It could be doing exactly what it's supposed to be doing right now. And as long as it's a leverage tool on the table, we're not sovereign. Your vote doesn't fucking matter.
How do you know we're not sovereign?
Because Donald Trump
Well,
just
you mean like the
bombed
United
target.
States isn't sovereign?
Yes.
That's
What are
crazy.
you fucking high, dude? What are you smoking or shooting or snorting? What the fuck?
When
You don't sound drunk.
When your political will isn't being met, and when you have a leader who has promised to do all these things, and then he turns around and does a 180-degree turn on all of it at the behest of a foreign intelligence agency against the will of his own intelligence
Okay,
agency.
prove that. Hold on. Prove
Yeah,
that.
that's where you lose me too, because like we can't make such big claims
Yeah,
I am telling you that because of what
Yeah,
Trust me, bro.
allegedly,
Trust me,
right?
bro.
I'll give you my
Masonic
sword,
Israel's
right?
behind everything.
I've said it 8
Trust
times
me,
already.
The United
Tulsi
States
Gabbard.
supported Israel,
Allegedly,
but still
right?
trust me, bro.
I've told you 9 times already.
It's much more
I've told
likely
you
that
that
he got
retard.
goaded into doing that by Netanyahu, man. Come on.
Yes,
Like, think
how
about
dumb
it
can you
5
fucking
seconds.
You
be?
voted for fucking Kamala. Shut your bitch ass mouth.
Who
What are you
voted for
talking
Kamala?
about?
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
What am I talking about? We started Israel. What
I
the
mean,
fuck are you talking
Considering
about?
we've been having a conversation about how the president is a possible PDF, I think I did pretty fucking good with my vote, dipshit.
I feel like we need more hugs on
You
this
voted
panel.
for the vice
You're so
president and the
aggressive.
president that had nothing to do with releasing anything, didn't even bring it up, didn't even act on a vote or anything. Shut the fuck up for 4 years. I don't want to hear shit from you, you fucking retard.
Look at you,
Oh,
Craig.
so you guys like work for
Oh,
Elon
hey,
Musk or something?
I voted right because
Ever since the
my party
honeymoon was
didn't
over,
even
man,
want
he's
to
had a lot
talk
of bots
about
out
the
there.
Epstein files. You fucking idiot.
So
Sounded like Retrace
what you don't want to hear is that Tulsi Gabbard, the fucking intelligence czar, the boss of the CIA,
Yeah, this
the
shit is how
NSA,
Elon wins the next election.
all that. She
I vote for
reported
Elon.
to the Congress. She reported to the Congress that Iran
Secret Agent Musk,
didn't
bro.
have
He's gonna take
fucking
over.
nuclear capabilities. That is a
Watch
matter
out,
of
South
public
Africans are
fucking
coming.
record. That is a matter of public fucking record, you idiot.
Duh. Of course it is. How so you're making a claim. So my question is,
That's not my claim.
much
That's the leader
intel
of the
do you
American
have?
Intelligence Agency. Is her
How
word
much
not good enough?
Of course,
Sure, we're
you're
not good
making a
enough.
claim. Of course, you're making a claim.
I'm not making the claim.
You
I'm not
are
making
making
the
a
claim.
claim.
Tulsi
Hold
Gabbard
up.
made the claim. Tulsi
Hold
Gabbard
up,
made
hold
the
up,
fucking
hold up.
You.
Chat,
Here's my
hold up. Chat has paid for a 1v1. Elderline put JS versus Easy, but so is that what also Stochastic and who else put the 10? Oh, Chase. So does Stochastic and Chase both want that too?
Raz, also, you need to calm down. There's a lot of Americans up here. You can't be brown and yelling on panel. You need to watch out, bro.
I'm hurting your feelings.
Shit, bro. Zeke, here you
Don't
come.
do that. The
Wow,
only reason I
Chris.
know he's brown is because he turned his camera on. I'd yell at him either way.
Well, now I'm just worried about him getting deported, you know?
Oh no.
No, he's fine. He's
Okay,
fine.
looks like they're all down. So let's get everyone else here into the back here.
It's the
quick.
Geico
I gotta
caveman.
move
What the
Kyriak
fuck?
over to the soul
Hey, leave
room.
Raz alone.
And then
He's
let me get everyone else here into the back. And let's find a topic
That we
for
disagree on?
JS and I. What topics did you like for tonight? Which ones?
I only heard you say them once this morning, but
This motherfucker. You're in the
I can't
fucking-
remember. I didn't. I know what we disagree on. We disagree on animal rights, and I think that you can get. I think you can come to God in the last second of your life, in the last breath.
Okay, so you want to debate me on one of those?
Yeah, I would like.
Remember,
to.
my animal rights is only for dogs. I mean, and
Oh
cats.
yeah, you changed that
I
recently.
hate cats. Even though I hate
That's-
cats, I still think we have to.
That's
we have
fine. We
a
can still do it with dogs.
You want to do that? You want to do that one or the salvation in the last second?
Either one. I think that one would be a little more serious. The second one.
Yeah, so I'm letting you pick whatever one you want.
Yeah, but I would rather do the salvation at the last
Okay.
moment.
All right. So chat, listen up. This is we had 40 for this. So let me put the right ticker on the bottom from now. This one here going to 5 minutes, chat. All right. If you want to be the sole decider of the 1v1, it's 60 to be the solo judge. If you want to add on a minute, it is 10 to add on a minute. If we don't get a solo judge, it goes to the chat poll, and the loser of the poll will lose their soul. JS, good luck to you, my friend.
Die without dignity.
Oh shit! I better come on camera for this one too. All right, so JS,
Yeah,
I want you to. Okay, you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll lay down my arguments real quick. I haven't totally researched into this and formulated it yet, but I've been thinking about it, and I want to maybe do a segment one day about it. But I would say God is all powerful and he's outside of time. Every second to God could be 1,000 years to us. So, and also God says he chose his people before the formation of the earth. So he already knows who's going to come to them. He may know that in the last second of your life, maybe you're in a foxhole, maybe you're going to the electric chair, maybe you're on your deathbed. You could cry out to God, and that second could be 1,000 years to him, and he's all powerful. He has the power to save you. He decides who gets saved. And my biblical example for this would be the thief on the cross.
Okay. So I would say let's start from the back and go to the front. So the people on the cross here, first off, these people are having a direct contact with God, asking for forgiveness from God in direct contact. So that's different than us here being told to live as a Christian and then not living as a Christian. Like, this would be my question to you, would be, what would be the actual point to live as a Christian if we could be absolutely horrible human beings, but in that last second repent?
I don't, if like, even thinking about that, like, to think that.
Sorry, and one more thing. My biblical reference would be it's from Corinthians, and it's I might paraphrase it, but now is the time for God, and now is the day for salvation. So that scripture is saying, don't wait. It's now. You know about God now. Don't wait. That's what it's saying.
But these people, they're not, I would say they're not knowingly waiting. They think that God's not true. But in that last second of their life, that's when they have that, like you said, with the thief on the cross, you said they were in the presence of God. I don't think Jesus has to be physically standing in front of me for me to be in the presence of God. I think we're all his children are always in his presence, but we don't see it. And maybe in that last second, that's when they finally see it. And then as far as, if you would choose to just, I just want to party my whole life and I'll get saved at the last second, then that's not Christ-like behavior. You're probably going to die before you get that chance. But
that's what I'm saying, is like, if if we could just repent in that very last moment, right, before we're about to get the chair or just about to have our last breath, if we could repent in that last second, there would be no reason to live as a Christian. God's commands are how we should live here in the now, not in our last very second. Faith without works is dead.
I agree. It would be better to do it that way. If you see God and you know God, you accept him then. And then if you reject him, yeah, that's a tough one. I think what you're saying would be better, but I still think somebody could, they just haven't seen God. They haven't come to know him their whole life. And in their last second, they could have that, they could see him like the thief on the cross. Like, I'm sure the thief on the cross had heard of Jesus throughout his life. Jesus was a popular guy. Maybe not.
So, like, you think, like...
So if the thief had heard of Jesus before and said, nah, I don't like that Jesus guy, and then he was on the cross, would he not have been saved?
Well, again, that you're talking... In the moment, there he has a direct connection talking to God. We can't do that here while we're in the flesh. In that moment, that person was able to do that in the flesh, right? That's why that's a different type of salvation.
When Thomas sees Jesus after he's resurrected and he wants to put his hand in his scars, Jesus says, greater, you believed after you've seen, but greater, something like that. I'm not remembering it right, but greater is the one who believes without seeing. So,
like, don't you think our purpose from God is to live a Christian life?
If his purpose could be different for everybody, he could have a plan for each person. So his purpose could be that you live this life. I don't know, maybe you're a politician or something, and you have this impact on the world, and maybe it's a good impact, but then in your last moments, then you see, oh yeah, God's real. And I think he has the power to save those people.
Yeah, well, like, I think our purpose on life, based off of the commands of the Bible, is to live a Christian life. And if we deny our purpose, this is denying our salvation, because the only way to God is through Christ. And if you deny this, and then in the last second say, "Oh, I believe in Jesus Christ," like, that's, how can it be genuine?
No one said anything about denying him.
If you don't have anything about
denying Jesus.
If you don't have the
Jesus the last second, like, what are you talking about?
If you don't have the actual time to consider your repentance, how can you actually repent?
Yeah, and you're talking about people who have been given the gospel, they've heard all these things, and they rejected it. And then in the last second, they come to it. So I see what you're saying. But I would say when you truly see God, when you truly see that it's true, you can't reject it. And so those people just haven't truly seen it yet. They've heard about it, like they've heard about freaking dinosaurs building the pyramids, but they don't believe in dinosaurs building the pyramids. But then in the last second of your life, you see a dinosaur building a pyramid. All of a sudden, you're like, yeah, you were right, God. I should have listened to you the whole time.
JS.
Sorry, I got a little crazy with
it. It was with sound and blankets, remember?
Sound. Oh, no.
All right, real quick chat. I'm putting the poll in right now. All right. So if you want to vote for this man right here, you're voting for JS Urban Adventures on the poll. And if you want to vote for this man right here, I hope you know where you're at. But I mean, you might not. So speak easy on the poll. All right, chat. I'm starting this timer over. You got 2 minutes to vote. Get your fucking votes in.
Ever since you brought that up, I've been planning on, I want to do a deep dive into it and see like what the Bible says, what the Catholics say, what the Orthodox say, what the Protestants say, and because I've heard a lot of different takes on that. So I wanted to kind of flesh it out.
Did someone mention that God is outside of time?
Yeah, I said that. But there's a verse that says something like God's time is not our time, and a day is like 1,000 years, or something like that. And so that last breath for that person to God, that's an endless amount of time.
I could understand that. You know, I believe in the what was that sermon? Is the Sermon on the Hill? You know,
On the Mount.
yeah, Sermon on the Mount, where spiders in the hands of an angry God, and that, you know, articulating the nature of grace. There's nothing we can do to receive grace. Like, grace is something undeserved, and we can notice if we have a measure of grace if we're around other graceful people.
Like, think about the life of a Christian, and especially an Orthodox Christian. Your life, you spend your life repenting. You spend your whole life repenting. What do you think confession is? What do you think the whole point of the whole tradition is? To try to live as close to Christ-like as you possibly can.
But then what's the difference between somebody who does it at their last moment, and somebody who does it when they're 45, and somebody who does it when they're 37, and somebody who does it when they're 28?
Well,
the 37-year-old put off for 11 years, and the 45-year-old put off for another. So
I can't even tell you for sure if the 37-year-old is going to be saved. I can't tell you that for sure. But based off the teaching, I think the 37-year-old has a way higher probability than the person who does it in the last second.
Yeah, the Orthodox don't make claims.
We don't make the thing, man. It's like sort of the pattern, you know.
Yeah,
like the kind of person that is gonna like neglect that sort of detail about the end of their life, they're probably not gonna be the ones to, you know, throw the Hail Mary right at the end.
Well, I'm Baptist, and if you're a heathen, you're going to hell.
You're the heathen.
No. I have a different view. I think that after the destruction of temple, you know, Jesus ushers in the new covenant, and, you know, the world of Christendom, that which is the Israel of God, becomes the new temple. I view the Orthodox Church as the sanctum sanctorum of the temple and tabernacle. I view the Catholic Church as the sanctum, and I view the Protestant Church as the outer courtyard of the temple, where all the business and worldly things go down. So as long as we're
all right, real quick, Raz, one sec. Chat has got their votes locked in. We got 33 votes in. All right. Again, chat, I'm just saying, there's some furry lovers out there still. All right. 33 votes in, and it was super close here. 51% says the winner of the 1v1 is yours truly. So JS Urban Adventures, tell everybody in the chat where they can find you and why they need to bring you back for another shot at the $250 prize.
They're biased. It's a biased vote. I demand a recap. JS Urban Adventures. I'm live right now. I'll be watching this and seeing if I get a revive and playing some Black Myth Wukong. I'm gonna beat Black Myth Wukong this weekend. I'm gonna do it.
You still playing? I thought you beat that shit already.
Oh man, it's hard. But yeah, thank you guys. That was fun. Bring me back.
That's what's up. Always a pleasure having you, JS. And if they bring you back, you know you're more than welcome. And until then, my friend.
Your soul is mine. Fatality.
Another soul added to the safe of souls. And that's how it goes on Verbal Combat Friday, baby.
Yeah, if you're outside of the first three ecumenical councils, I don't know how you call yourself a Christian. For the Protestant, you know, apologetics, you know, Jesus wasn't a sorcerer; he was a miracle worker. And part of the Protestant tradition is, you know, we are rationalists and logic based. That's why the West is so awesome. We don't need all the extra, you know, ritual and all that. That to us.
You made me do this. Name change.
If I could just add that, like, to some people, all the ritual and circumstances, what church
I
is.
wanna know something. If the Protestants are so rational, you guys don't do all of this fancy stuff. If there's then this hell that we're all gonna go to, did God create that hell, bro?
Real quick, we're gonna bring up another fighter as well.
My dude.
Ashton Alwyn, welcome to the show.
I mean, what?
Let's fucking go.
What's up, dude?
Wait, so God is pro-trans, right? Like God is very obviously pro-trans.
That Protestants did that.
That's a Protestant invention. With that one?
Is that a
the
Protestant
reason the
invention?
Protestant church is not doing well in the West is because they've foregone tradition and everything else.
Yes.
You're talking about the historical councils and all that. You're throwing that away. Just my 2 cents. So
I get it. That's your argument. But you look at the East, you look at the West, all these places are infiltrated with modernity. And there's
the word of mouth was a tradition too. How was the Bible spread, right? Because most people were illiterate. So that's also tradition. So if we're going to throw tradition, throw it all out or what? So who put the Bible together? The Orthodox Church.
It's a liturgical book, but it's a three-way argument: the Catholics versus the Orthodox versus the Prots. What I want to see is less of the fucking squabble and more of us getting along like good Christians. Unifying.
Well, that can't happen as long as we're having gay pastors in Protestant churches. And
Yeah,
I
wanted to say
it's difficult when people break away from the solid
all of the
tradition.
gay churches are Protestant
You have
churches.
to have the stopgap somewhere.
We're trying to get that under control as well. I don't have a solution for that, but I don't think it's necessary. I don't think it's necessary for Western men to throw the baby out in the bathwater and convert to Orthodox or Catholicism just to be a better conservative.
Well,
because we're talking about politics.
Yeah, we're talking about politics, but I mean, if you translate things, I mean, you're using your own understanding. To what degree? That's why we have 50,000 denominations. So I mean, I would just say go research church history.
Oh,
You'll
I
find
love
the
it.
path, bro.
But
it really does seem like every preacher's got their own denomination. My bad.
That's all good. Real quick. We got 10 and here another 10. So 20 towards bringing back JS. So just so the chat knows, if you want to bring back JS, we got 70 left for JS to come back. And let me bring up another one of these topics. This is one that I thought might be fun to do here, especially with people that come through here. I know a lot of their takes on nationalism. With so many different cultures, the United States has no foundation for nationalism.
Ooh, terrible fucking take.
Yeah, it's like the whole thing.
That's the thing that gives us our national pride is the fact that we're a conglomeration of a bunch of different cultures.
Yeah, we're an empire.
And yet we are a homogenous culture. Like,
got you. Yeah, got you. Yeah, got you. So let's go through this one. This is what I thought most people would go through. So I'm going to take the other side for this one. Explain to me the singular American national identity.
The melting pot.
Canada's melting
propaganda
pot.
is pretty good. When they spread around
Canada and America have the same national identity?
Okay.
No, I said the propaganda. We got pretty good propaganda. That's like Hollywood's whole racket or whatever.
Hold on. I got the perfect one for this. You know what gives America its national identity? The fact that it's the first country that has a constitution making it self-governing. Aside from that, all of the rights that
Canada has a constitution.
That's fine, but we're the first one. We did it before them.
Aside from that, that doesn't make you a singular. That's not a singular identity amongst the Americans.
Other countries that try to emulate what we have just means we have something good. And aside
that's
from
not
that,
a singular identity.
That's not a trait or
constitutionality is a Protestant thing.
We are the only country on the world. We are the first country in the world that established a system of rights that is not given to us as a privilege by the government, but instead given to us inalienable by God. And
no, it's given to you by the government.
No,
Isn't that what the Magna Carta was?
It's given to you by the government.
No,
maybe now it is, but try to come and take my
No, it
right.
always was.
Try to come and take my gun.
It always was.
That
was
was
always given to you by the government.
See what happens.
Is God going to stop me from
people go to jail and have all their rights taken all the time, bro? What do you mean?
dude.
That is the truth, man. If you get locked up for more than a couple of days, you might lose
Bro,
everything.
if they come and take your gun, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna go Waco, bro? What do you think somebody can't take your gun? If the
Correct.
fucking cops show up, what are you gonna do?
Guns. I'll meet
What are you
Jesus
gonna do?
before you take my guns.
Yeah, so if a SWAT team shows up, what are you gonna do?
This is
I mean, how many bullets?
You'll give up your life before your rights.
Yeah, what the
we'll
fuck
do nothing
is
about it.
this?
Go for it, dog.
Barbaric take, bro. I'll give up everything, leave my whole family without me for my guns, bro. Yeah, America.
Without the right to
Dude,
defend
that's
yourself.
so stupid.
I'm just gonna commit.
That's
Wait,
Without the
what?
right to defend yourself.
Crazy
Okay.
take,
Okay.
bro.
Hey, so if
What you're
somebody
telling
shows up
me
at
is-
your
what
door
you're
and they
telling
flash
me
a
is
badge, you're just gonna let them
totally
in?
cool. You are totally cool with giving up the right to defend your family.
Cool with
for
it?
your
Cool with
family.
it? No. Cool with
Yes,
it?
that's exactly
No.
what you're
If
saying.
I have to
Yeah,
weigh my
explain
options.
that,
If I have to wait, dude, I live in Canada, right? I live in
course.
Canada, and I
Yeah.
had to sell guns back. All right, I
Correct.
had to do it by law because
Exactly.
I'd
they
have
made
fucking been
That
like,
makes-
they got
I had
stolen.
two options.
Yo.
I had two options. I go fight the government alone and think I'm John Wick and leave my kids without a father, or I sell the gun back and get to live with my family for the rest of my life.
All right, check it,
Hard
bro.
options
Realistically,
here, bro.
Yeah, it's
Real
not a good
hard
option.
options.
Right, that's not a good
realistically, how many houses did they actually check for registered guns when they passed that stupid ass law?
What's this have to do with nationalism?
Like, how many
I don't
houses
know.
they go
I
into
still-
and
I
grab
still
that
wanna
shit?
hear
I don't
what
know.
you guys'
I still
national
haven't got the
identity is.
singular identity of America, though. What's the singular identity?
I just gave you two primary delineations.
No, dude, but that's
That
like
you have an
saying
amendment
how-
that says you have the right to guns. You know what amendments mean? They can change.
Yeah, but
So-
that's still not
but
an
It's
identity.
not a, I don't know what it means. So your singular identity in America is that you have the right to have a gun.
I never said that.
Well,
What
he
I'm
said
saying
Protestant.
is
Everybody
the
decided the
rights that we are
Constitution was a
given
piece of paper. That's all it
in
would
the
be.
Constitution
That's it.
are inalienable by God.
It's a living concept. He is right about that. Your rights are
Yeah.
given to you by the creator. That's how it's written on the paper.
Okay, cool. And if Nazis would have took over America, would you have still had the rights by God given to you? Or would we all be speaking German and have half mustaches?
I mean, I would hope we would fight them to the death, but you know, I don't know. how
Or
to answer
dead.
that.
Hey, that's cool. So you're conceding.
I'm sure this guy wants to take
I
the guns
know,
away.
I get
Those
it.
nationalists always have to share the same thing. They're always a group that always has common language, culture, history, and a sense of identity or destiny or
Yeah.
something, right?
Yeah,
They're
America
always
can't have one
productive
national
about
identity.
exactly. We
Spread your
can't.
butt cheeks for the government. I don't give a fuck what you have to say.
America
Yeah,
is
come on.
seven. America is like 7 to 13 different nations in one. It's an empire. It's not a nation. So
it
Yes,
it's
can't
very
have
hard
one
to have an
nation.
identity.
Correct.
It's not
If we
one
have
nation.
any kind of national identity whatsoever of being an American, I would lean towards it being this melting pot of self-governance and potentiality. It's dangerous freedom. The difference between us and Canada, even though we are both Protestant constitutionalists, the difference between us and them is this is a freedom-based individualist society. That is an order-based
Did
society.
you know that Canada used to have the right to guns in our constitution too? Did you know that? We used to, yeah, exactly.
But
that
they're-
You motherfuckers
you
got bears up there. I can't believe it's not thinking right.
It's limited, buddy.
It's
It's
because
because
Australia
the
also had
government
that
says,
shit.
"God
That-
didn't give
you
me
know,
the right
Australia
to
also
own a
had
gun."
that
Hey,
shit.
hey, speak easy.
So that
Speak
gets
easy.
to my
All
point.
respect. If y'all are willing to roll over and spread your ass for the government, that's fine. But we're not going to do that here.
What do you mean?
Well,
roll
you
over?
guys
What do
shouldn't.
you
But
mean
if
roll
it comes
over?
down
That was
to
their
losing your
will.
life,
That was their national will. But it's two different cultures. Like it's two different
Right.
identities. Ours is individualist, radical freedom, and theirs is an order based. And so all the people that lost the American Revolutionary War went north and founded Canada so they could be loyalists.
That's the delineation. That's what I'm saying.
And
Countries
if you
all over the
want to stay
world-
in America, America is the Wild West amongst the men of the West. Of all Western nations,
Correct.
we're the Wild West. And if you're going to
I
live
mean, we're
here,
getting kind of tame. Mexico's got it going on though. These days.
that is our national. If there is a national identity of all 7 or to 13 nations that make up America, that's our national identity, the Wild West.
Correct.
We are divided so much so that way, if somebody infiltrated California's legislation and said lay down your guns, that would be the #1 state to do this. So if the Constitution was a piece of paper and everybody decided it would be, California would present this example first before everybody else. We'd see this in a heartbeat.
I mean, bro, Marte, do you realize that over like 2 million people have left California in the past 10 years?
That's proving my example even more.
Yeah, the point is,
Okay, cool.
There's a lot of people.
Did he just say 200 people?
These are the people that would turn over and show their bellies as soon as two-way rights were revoked. This would happen in mass.
And this is why we are given the axiom of the tree of liberty must be watered with the blood of tyrants and patriots. If we are to keep
a civil war and factions within each state, because
there's
going to be people that we're going to have to go through.
And I don't mean,
there should be a literal revolution every 20 years.
Yeah, I don't mean a literal kinetic fight. I mean,
what
like
Jefferson meant when he said that. He literally meant every 20 years there should be a fucking bloody fight.
I don't think.
I can't agree.
The Beatles had like 13 in an afternoon.
I don't think he meant that. I think this is also a fucking allegory that this is dangerous freedom, and you're going to have to make sacrifices from time to time to keep this social contract chugging on.
Yes. And the government's not going to come for them to that degree. That's why every little tiny step they try to take to limit something gets immense pushback from the entire fucking country.
And the other aspect of nationality of the 7 nations to 13 nations too is states are sovereign. We live in micro states that are in a union with each other, which is why they all have different state constitutions. They're especially.
Are you familiar with the term anarcho-capitalism?
I'm gonna.
Yes, that was the Quakers. The Quakers came and established an anarcho.
You guys are running.
I'm gonna bring up another fighter.
Really
I'm gonna bring up another fighter quick because Ashton said he had to go. Said the kiddos were awake, so let's bring up a next fighter. Emmy, welcome to the show. Let's fucking go.
There he is.
You're muted, motherfucker. Here, and I want to say something too. You might look at it. You might look at Canadians as, oh, they're spreading it open for the government by giving their guns back. No, it's because we know that if it really comes down to it, we don't actually need the guns to fuck them up. Look what happened when they tried to keep us on lockdown. We went and shut down whole cities, bro. That's what we did. I went and was part of that shit. But we fight back no matter guns, no guns. We'll fight with our hands in our shoes, bro. We have heart over here. That's why. We're not.
That's great, but like, isn't half of the argument for not having guns that like you couldn't do shit with them anyway?
An argument to not have guns.
And now you're gonna disarm yourself even further.
It's a point when you say, oh, you guys are just going to bend over for the government. No, you can look at it as bending over for the government, and we look at it as we don't need guns if it really comes down to this. We're going to get we'll just take the fucking guns from the people with them.
Listen,
neither do we, but it buttresses our fight, bro. That's all I gotta say.
Bro, but listen, to Speak's point, you guys understand there are countries.
Hey, I don't know if you guys remember history really well, but when America fought Canada, we burnt the White House down. And then you guys retreated. I don't know if you remember that very well, but that's history, buddy.
Yeah. Wait, when who down the British?
Yeah.
So like the guys got off the boat and they marched like a mile.
Pol Pot agrees.
Motherfucker.
That's before we owned the world. Okay, I'll give you that one. But now we own shit.
Reach, speakeasy.
I mean, China agrees.
That's history. That's history.
It's history, but we have to look at the relevance of today. I understand where you're coming from, but if that were to happen today, Canada would they wouldn't even have a dogfight, bro.
Yeah, that was
Canada, Canada has the total GDP of Alabama.
You guys don't realize how much land. This is the thing. You guys don't realize how much land is in Canada that's not occupied by residents.
Canada's
freeze
you guys don't realize how much
population lives within like 10 miles of the U.S. because land is fucking worthless.
Doesn't damn near every state in the United States have more people than Canada?
Just said.
Join
the world don't hate us. Just say it. Just say it.
Easy.
We're saying death to Canada. That's not what you're saying, bro. Just say it.
Speakeasy, join us so we can utilize all that open land for farmland and feed fucking.
You can't grow shit there. What are you talking about?
Global warming,
bro.
brother.
You got a tractor to plow fucking thousands of millions of acres?
How are you gonna plow fucking glaciers, dude?
But global warming.
Plow glaciers.
They're not glaciers.
Global warming's melting all that.
You think there's nothing going on in the Yukon? Is that what you think in our territories? You think there's nothing going on up there?
I think it's tundra.
That's where all our military training happens, bro.
Oh, I bet.
What are you talking about?
But you gotta understand.
You know Survivor, man? You know that?
Yeah, we'll talk to Ivan about the snow.
Canada has the GDP.
That's who our military's trained by, to survive with nothing.
You guys also train in Fort Carson with
Just
American
saying.
people, and America controls your NORAD system in Colorado Springs. Your strategic air command and radar defense system is in America.
Hold on. I'm going to speak in favor.
Weren't you the same person that was just saying America was infiltrated by all these agencies? Now all of a sudden you got all this control? Weird how that works, huh?
Yeah, we're military.
All of a sudden you guys are in control.
Speakeasy. I want to buttress Canada here real quick. You know, if Alberta actually switched over to the United States and decided to leave Canada and join the United States, it'd be the third wealthiest state in the country.
Yeah.
Right now, Canada as a total, it has a lower GDP than Alabama.
Mm-hmm. I know that. And what?
What's the population of the entire country of Canada?
I don't know.
40 million or something.
I don't know how you would sustain.
That's the point.
I don't know how you would sustain a war against America.
We won't ever go to
by
war.
running into the fucking woods and praying to God. Like that's the only chance we ever have.
Why would you make a future prediction on something?
And then we're going to come to a trade agreement. That's what's going to happen.
I don't think anything like that.
I'm just saying, I don't know. And I say, if you look at history, that's not how it
You look at 200 years ago? 200 years ago is when you burnt the White House down, right?
Yeah, back in Polk High, I scored 4 touchdowns.
So, okay.
Oh yeah, bro.
And what is the time difference make?
I mean,
a lot.
Oh, 200 years ago, Canada did something, and you're like, yeah, and that's why we're the shit right now. Who gives a fuck about the 200?
Oh, so you don't look at you can't look at history to make future predictions.
Well, I mean, it was also right after the American Revolution where we
can't look at history to make future predictions, Darko.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're saying that Canada's going to burn down the White House again? Is that like?
No.
Oh, okay. What is your specific prediction?
Has a tendency to repeat itself. We look at the history. We can use this as a demographic or potentiality because it can happen. Because it did happen. He's not making it his claim. He's making a claim that it could happen again.
No.
Because it happened once.
Canada burn the White House again. Okay, so then I was right the first time. You fucking dipshit.
Yeah, because if something
could make America retreat again.
It's not going to happen again simply because since that time, we've expanded to the entire mainland of the United States. First off. Second off, we have the most powerful military in the world. It's most funded than
Dude,
like
you
guys understand,
Canada's on your border. If they move into your country, your whole fucking
they're gonna get their shit kicked
Navy,
in.
your whole Navy is useless.
No, the Democrats
Canada's been
let them come in
for 100 years. All right,
that's what you all don't understand. The citizens have fucking guns, so it's not just the military. We're gonna have.
You think nobody in Canada has guns?
Your liberal Canadian asses.
We have shotguns. We have rifles. We have handguns. We still have guns.
Yeah, congratulations.
You understand there's a black market that exists.
You decide your guns back.
Oh my gosh. Good luck.
And that's
wouldn't
just
even be
illegal
talking about this
guns.
if you guys hadn't elected
we're
a
talking about
fucking
a black
moron who
market
doesn't
that
know how to
exists
treat his
as
allies
illegal
like
guns.
allies.
He's right about that.
That doesn't mean you can shoot them.
Why not?
Yeah, y'all have no practice. Like again, like okay, so you're saying that Canada could beat the U.S. in a war? You're out of your because 200 years ago they burnt down the White House. You're out of your fucking mind. Like no, you're just.
Oh my god,
Canada's
you're out of your
fucking
mind.
losers.
You're out of
You're
your
all
mind to
losers.
say something that happened in history could happen again. What a
No,
crazy
back
thought.
to the debate topic. Back to
Man, my dude, like,
what-
yeah, Canada can beat the U.S. in a war. That is what your claim is. Like, because history. You're
No,
fucking.
it's not.
You're,
It's not claiming.
What
It's
he's
not
saying is
claiming.
it's
It's not
I even
impossible.
said, I don't know, man.
Sorry, guys.
That's not what he's saying. He's not making that claim, bro. He's saying it possibly could repeat itself again.
He's saying it's logically possible, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, he's saying it's logically possible. It can logically happen again.
logically
Not at
possible.
all.
Like, it's
China-
logically possible because history.
Wait, hold on,
Alright,
you're saying no,
like,
it can
again,
never happen
that's the
again?
dumbest fucking
It
statement I've ever heard in my entire
never
life.
happen again.
Look,
Good
China,
luck.
Bro,
guys, look,
look,
China agrees.
look
China
at that.
agrees.
It's unlikely to ever happen again because logic, like because
Do you know-
probability, it's unlikely for
Look at
things to
that.
happen twice. You know, like
You're
exactly the
undermining
same.
Every-
human ingenuity. This is crazy, bro.
Listen, everybody's spurging on
I'm not
panel. You
taking human
understand what
ingenuity,
one
I'm
of
taking
America's
Canada's
biggest
ingenuity.
weaknesses is? Yo,
Now, let me
you guys
ask
at
you
the
guys
bottom, have
this
you
thing.
spoken
was
to
that
people
Do
in
you
the
guys have the
military?
belief? Are you guys of the belief that the Mossad has infiltrated the government and has some control in America?
Yes.
Oh, so little Israel.
I would call it
totally
influence,
capable.
not
Totally
necessarily
capable.
control.
Little Israel, totally capable. But Canada? No way, dude. No shot in hell, bro. No shot in hell.
Wait, speak
Yeah,
easy.
but you're
It's also
making-
not logically.
I'm not completely making that
Stop
claim.
Spurging for a
No,
second.
that's
Speak.
crazy.
It's also not logically possible.
It talks about
Speak easy.
Canadians
It's not
controlling the
logically
empire.
possible with all of America's guns that a cyber attack can't happen. It can't happen because there's a lot of guns.
Like,
Okay,
bro, we could
can't
shut the
happen.
fucking internet off if we wanted to.
Crazy.
For fuck's sake.
You realize this?
Oh, your whole power grid. The whole power grid. Everything shuts down.
America's so
No, we could still have
powerful,
electricity. There just wouldn't be no internet.
The most important
America's
point
so
to
powerful.
realize.
You shut down the grid.
Have you ever seen the movie called Red
Yeah,
Dawn?
look at ours, the Russians got their
You
own.
guys
Never
high.
happened
We
in
could have
logical
stopped that
reality.
shit from happening, but we're so
Yeah.
powerful.
Hold on, wait.
America's biggest weakness is cyber attacks, bro.
Chris,
What the
stop, Chris,
fuck?
stop,
Gotta
Chris.
accept everybody has weaknesses, dog. Anything's possible.
True.
Well, it's not with Canada, but like, so here's my thing.
That's
Bullshit
crazy.
nonsense
I
statement.
shut down the
Everything's
point you
possible.
were saying earlier.
Canada could win in a war. Like, okay, great. Yeah, that's what a meaningful statement. Anything could happen potentially. So therefore,
That's what he's
Canada
saying.
could beat the U.S. in a war.
Hey, what do you guys know about self-replicating
It's just
viruses
a
that can be
nonsense
implanted
fucking
into like
statement. It's just
different networks?
it's so useless. You're saying
I
nothing.
love how you
Absolutely
guys
nothing.
say, you know what, Darko, and both and lower class too. Like when you guys mention how America's the superpower, and you'll mention like wars that are won and stuff. How come you're not mentioning the fact that Canada was fighting with you in every one of those wars?
When did I ever say that?
Okay, great. Like Canada's like
That's
a
my
little
point.
I'm like,
You didn't say that.
helped.
Canada fought with you in those wars. So that
never said-
superpower you're using, take
never
away
said anything
Canada's part in that. You understand,
Dude,
right?
and you
No,
guys know
everybody
America.
else with our allies, not just Canada. We need to help everybody
America,
else as well,
America
too.
would not have won the
You
Second
were
World
talking
War
about
without
the European
Canada
wars of
didn't
the
do
last
this.
century?
They wouldn't
America
have
didn't do
won
this
the
by
Second
ourselves.
World
We had
War
to help
without
besides
Russia.
Canada as well too. Don't forget that. We need to help. All the help we can get.
Dude,
Oh,
World
no,
War
no,
II
no.
without Russia.
We can
You guys
sustain
are fucked.
ourselves. That's why Canada's getting tariffed just like the rest of the fucking world.
I never said any of that. I never even alluded to World War II. I never alluded to any of other like foreign wars.
Dude, how you guys got your country
you know what
was
Canada
because
did?
wrong
we burned down the White House, so America's obviously not a superpower. That's fucking retarded take, but okay.
Yeah,
Dude,
but bro,
you know what makes
even
us
how
a
you guys
superpower?
were able to
The fact that
maintain
we
your
are-
country.
Chris, stop, Chris. You know what makes us the world superpower? The fact that we're arming all of you motherfuckers. Okay, so yeah, you may be there in body, but you're not there in arms. We're the ones that are literally giving you everything you use in war, and
Yeah,
that's
so
fine,
then
right?
so then China should be able to say, we're giving you all your medicine, so without us you ain't shit.
Well, I mean, they play that game too. You know?
China does agree with you.
Problem.
China does agree with you.
To be fair, Israel hasn't been a part of the coalition during the 20 years of the global war on terror. They didn't commit one ground troop. They didn't allow us to fly sorties out of fucking Israel. We did that out of Qatar. We did that out of Saudi Arabia. We did that out of
they lobby our government.
Jordan.
Because
China
they have
completely agrees with all of
our
this.
Politics.
China completely agrees.
That's how
Canada had our back. Israel didn't contribute fuck all to the fucking global war on terror.
Based.
Israel's been fighting their war on terror at home. Okay?
Here. I agree.
I've never seen a lefty so pro America ever in my life.
China completely agrees with all of these points.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
They are becoming a national power or a international power. They handed in their guns, and now they're an international power. They're like right behind America. So
China's a paper target. And as soon as their housing market collapses, they're fucked. And they have a demographic issue because they didn't have enough babies.
No, they could probably burn
down America has that too. Canada
militia.
has that too. It's
not like China.
Their demographic
Nobody has the problem that China has.
That is their shit is next level here. The next 20 years,
we're getting there though.
They're not going to be able to take care of their elderly.
What do you mean
no other country for 20, 30, 40
Are
years
our rates
telling
going
people
up or
you
going down?
Hey, does anybody know anything about China? Who's to China?
Like they have a problem that is way worse than everyone else because of the one-child policy.
Yeah, they're running out of work for
communism.
But here's the deal: those factories ain't going to need to run pretty soon.
Away from it.
A lot of the factories in China that are running right now, bro, when they break down the machines, they're never going to get repaired.
It takes 4 Chinese people to equal the same production level as 1 American.
That has nothing to do with anything.
You guys understand? Do you understand the argument? If China takes Africa per se, right, you have no more mineral resources. That you have just what your country can produce. A lot of key minerals you don't even have anymore.
Do we have
your
have
chips,
minerals
everything
here.
are fucked. Your medicine,
Belt Road Initiative, baby.
What we need in America is an actual hard facility to produce chips and get that.
You
out
guys
of the
need
hands
to
of
be able
Korea.
to manufacture everything and mine it. From taking it out the ground.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is America is huge. We have lots of natural resources here. Dude, we got cobalt here too. In
Really? Hold on, Chris. I have a
Where
question.
you got cobalt in Canada?
Hold on, wait.
Not like in Africa.
Wait. No, Russ, hold on. Chris,
Canada commits war crimes.
Hold on, guys. Wait. Chris, do you realize, do you understand what makes the dollar like the world currency?
It's not worth the most.
Got put in place
it's the reserve currency. Right. It's not the same as a pound.
That has nothing to do with it. Chris, do you understand what makes the United States dollar the world currency? Do you know what makes it that?
Yeah, because it's beneficial for the US to do that. That's why.
Because the US Marines in Saudi Arabia.
Yes, correct. Yes. So every ounce of oil that is sold out of OPEC, which is in Saudi Arabia.
Oh, cut it out!
It's not just Saudi Arabia.
Jesus
OPEC
Christ.
is bigger than Saudi Arabia. It's all of the oil-producing nations.
U.S. dollar value.
Qatar.
That's what gives us.
Bro.
UAE.
Yeah, bro. And BRICS and the BRICS countries are saying they don't want that anymore. So
quite a few.
Great argument.
When you say make it the world currency, what do you even mean by that? When you say make it the world currency?
Because every country uses oil.
It's the trading currency for the oil. Yes.
Yeah, this the petrodollar conspiracy theory that like every oil is denoted in USD.
That's just because the oil companies are U.S. dollar based assets. That's all that is.
And it's less about the petrodollar and more about we protect the global shipping lanes for all the world.
Right, Ross. That's how.
What's that one over there about Yemen that we can't fuck around with right now? We blew them guys up the other way.
Involved in World War II. It had nothing to do with Mustache Man. It had nothing to do with any of that. We got involved because all the countries that were against him were willing to give up their sovereignty with their trade in order for us to trade for them. And as that snowballed, we eventually gained power within the Middle East, like Saudi Arabia, to where they were willing to say, we will use the U.S. dollar, which after these trade deals we established with Britain, France, Belgium, all the European countries, they were like, okay, we'll trade within the U.S. dollar because it's the most powerful.
Yeah, but that can change.
That's the course of events that happened there.
Yeah, but that can change and just flip around.
Well, I mean, the dollar might go up and down, but like the fact that it is like the standard international currency kind of for like major traders, that's not going to go away anytime soon. I don't think. This BRICS thing,
it might.
Them countries are so far apart, and they're not like a cohesive unit. Like that currency ain't going to be worth shit. And if you think it is, you're nuts.
I agree.
We are closer to being an ally with Russia.
It's a trade partnership. It's like NAFTA. It's trade deals. It's a series of trade deals.
Yes.
Yeah, which, by the way, only exists because the thing that we were going to be the center of, I can't remember, was it the Trans-Pacific Partnership that we were creating got blown up by Trump. That's why BRICS exists.
Oh, Jesus. More fucking like Trump derangement syndrome. Okay.
Bro, I think BRICS exists so the Russians can fund their cocaine production in South America.
Yeah.
Or their trade or trafficker. I mean, someone's growing it, and it ain't them, but they got a lot of that shit.
Yeah, we should keep sending all of our corporations over to other countries and giving away the jobs for American citizens so everyone can sit at home and be compliant and ask for more money from the government. And if they don't give it, wham. But if they do give it, vote for us again. Like that's all that's asking for. Like
you guys were just bitching about the trade partnership that's going to affect the American economy, and then you're like, wow, I don't want to be a part of that when it's the thing that we could have been a part of to not have the detrimental effects. Like we just got to watch that in real time. We watched it in real fucking time.
Invest in the United States, you fucking retard. Are you kidding me? How much money they invest? And Taiwan. Let's go both. Combine them. How about that?
Yeah, that was a good move.
What do we need Taiwan for?
I agree with him on that. America should be able to manufacture all the shit they need because that will truly make them as strong as they can be.
That's what I'm saying, dude. This guy's a fucking
stupid.
It should be. But for some reason, Taiwan just has a manufacturing process that allows them to make 90% of the high-end chips used in the world today.
Yeah, I think colonialism will be better. Let's export a little bit of America to Taiwan. How about that?
Who developed that technology?
All right, listen, real quick. I just wanna, first off, as much as I like this other topic we've gotten into here, we kind of got way away from the original topic, right? Was because this was the prompt with so many different cultures. The United States has no foundation for nationalism. A lot of people did. And then my question was, what is the singular identity for the US? Like, what is the singular identity they all identify with? And I don't think I got this.
Yeah, they don't have one.
I mean, McDonald's used to bring us together or some shit. Pizza that was real popular, but these days we're kind of discombobulated.
McDonald's, bro. It is wild.
The McDonald's argument.
McDonald's are everywhere, bro. We got McDonald's in South Africa. What are you talking about?
Easy, right. This is why the only groups who actually label themselves as nationalists are people who are trying to create a homogenous identity. White nationalists, Christian nationalists, black nationalists.
No, bro. China, Japan, Poland.
We got the rainbow nationalists these days too. Don't forget about them.
What the fuck?
You don't even know what you.
Yeah, that's called civic nationalism. I'm all for civic nationalism. I think that's the glue that will help America. Because civic nationalism is based on a agreed upon concept by all people outside of race, religion, so on and so forth. It's its own national identity and will that transcends all those things.
What is the national identity?
Well, that's the thing. Nationalism, right? Nationalism is like a shared history, language, tradition, identity,
for America,
culture, all of this, right?
That's
my argument is here that
culture
within America there is no singular. There's no singular history and shared history. There's no singular language and shared language. There's no singular tradition. There's no singular ethnic identity. None of this.
It's
not shared history. The history of the U.S. It's not a shared language. It's fucking English.
Oh, really? The shared history of the U.S.
It's crazy, bro. That's
all those dudes at the protests with the Mexico flags up. I'm sure they shared the history with the U.S.
Yes, get them the fuck out. Deport them. They're illegal.
Oh, even the ones that are legal citizens.
There's always going to be people that stand against. Like, just because you have a nationalist movement doesn't mean
America
everyone
is
identify with
they're not getting it.
Immigrants
Country that was
more and more
literally
every year. You're getting
funded.
people that did not share the history with
Has anybody
America.
seen? Has
What
anybody
are you
seen
talking
Starship
about?
Troopers? Has anybody seen Starship
I'd say the
Troopers?
same about Canada. We don't have
you
a
think
there's
that
no nationalism there.
First
You
Amendment
can't. There's no
rights
foundation for
for
it.
American
Part of it.
share U.S. history. A country that was founded on rebellion. Bro, I'm so glad you live in
Every
Canada. I'm
country
glad
was
you're the
founded
fuck
on
out of my
rebellion.
country.
Hold on.
You don't need to spur
The U.S.
Hey.
Oh, you mean
Americans,
like every
Americans.
society that ever fucking happened?
Americans,
bro?
we don't need to spurg out. We
Every
have a national identity.
Every society was founded on rebellion.
Yeah,
They
but
were
we
leaving
were-
from
every
somewhere and
society-
taking
every
over
society was
somewhere else.
Only one society
Every
was
society was
rebellion.
money and rebelled against
Every single
their
society.
masters.
Oh my god.
Thinking
Okay,
we
so
were the
who
first
did
one-
England rebel against to form their nation?
we were the
Bro,
first.
do you understand that those were kingdoms? Do you understand the history of France,
Israel
Germany?
against
Do you
to
fucking
their
know any
nation.
history, my dude?
Oh my god. Hey,
Do
France
you
was
know any
conquered
history
by-
before
Hey,
America
shit.
started?
Like I was saying
Wait,
earlier.
one second, everybody, 1 second. I just realized we got past midnight here. Usually at midnight, this is when I remind everybody in the chat. Okay, tonight's prize $250. Okay, custom verbal combat character like you see here, and we got people waiting in the back here too as well. There's also people to revive, so don't forget that stuff as well. Chat, okay. And right now, because not only because I got to piss, but usually at midnight we do a 3-minute intermission. So right now, if you got to piss, go fill your popcorn, fill your drink up, tell everybody what's going on over here. Get up in the back, because if you're not up here by 1:30 a.m. Central Time, so like if you're not on stage or in the back, you won't be eligible for the prize if you're not up here by 1:30. So, but like I said, you guys are gonna have about 3 minutes here for this intermission. Go get a drink. Go gather up all your shekels to send to me, okay? And we'll be right back. But we have a 1v1 request.
Leading into it, what Grace is famous for on the internet, and she's not famous, but what she's famous for on the internet is that people think that you had sex with her. Tim.
Tell everybody in the chat where they can find you and
Your
why they
position
should
is
bring
that
you back.
it's a problem with the jailing system. Okay?
No,
that was your position.
problem-
You admitted to it.
It's a
You
problem
admitted
with
to
the
it. Are you
criminal.
taking that back? Are you taking that back?
That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm not arguing that Lincoln was a bad president. I'm just saying that Washington was a better one. That's the argument I'm making.
I mean, but didn't the Confederacy have that really cool, like, orange Dodge Charger? That's pretty badass.
The ability to feel pain and have
Actually, they feel
independent
pain way
thought.
before 24 weeks.
I don't think that a man wants to lie in that bed next to you, love, right?
I win.
You know the way. That's why you're sipping on two different fucking spirits.
The woman says, well, I want the kid to go to public school because I want to work and I like women's empowerment and I like abortion and I support all these ideas. And the man says, no, who is the decider?
Win by any means necessary. That is how combat goes.
So I'm so happy that you acknowledge that the wage gap is an issue because it's directly linked to the nature of the system, sir.
Chat attacks, they're ready to play.
Well, that means that we need to have young mothers having children. Otherwise, there is no society, right?
Or a deadly report. Disrupt with the sound.
I don't need to answer your question anymore. Because if that is effective, we don't need to torture people.
Base, those are forms of torture.
I'm always watching. Always lurking. No one is safe.
Okay, is this going over your heads? Do you want me to dumb it down for you?
Verbal combat, let the chaos unfold. Chats in the fight, stories told. Attacks and battles, who will survive in this
And then next month, it could be 200 people who are good people. So how can you put a rough number on it?
This is the whole problem with eye for an eye. It creates a cycle that never stops.
No, I'm saying all killing or murder.
In verbal combats, only one will stay. The fiercest fighter wins the day.
If you want to be the solo judge, it is 60 to be the solo judge. If you want to be, if you want to add on another minute, there's 10 for a minute. Okay. And if we don't get a solo judge, it goes to the chat poll, and the loser of the poll will lose their soul.
Your soul is mine.
And we're back in action. And we got a 20 towards a 1v1. Let's fucking go. Is my sound out?
No.
Oh,
We can hear you.
I was about to say, what the fuck? You know.
It's just the lag.
And we also have what is this? 2 people waiting in the back here for you guys. So just so you know. But yeah, back to what we were talking about here. Okay. Let me just, where is it? Let me bring it up really quick here. Yeah. So just real quick. Yeah, what I'm saying here, right, is the fact that we can even talk about, I wish Darko was here because so Darko had brought up the shared, Americans share the same history. Well, you know what? Let me even grant him talking about strictly Americans that's been there for the last fucking families that's been there since America started. All right. Problem is, we have a very different narrative from these same Americans of the history of America. So, how can we say they share the history when they don't even agree on the narrative of the history?
I mean, I think that actually goes to a point of saying, like, even if you have a political movement, there's going to be an offshoot. There's always going to be something standing against the one side. So regardless of whether or not you say that, every political movement's going to say the same. They're going to say that the other side doesn't agree with our side. So even if you wanted a nationalist movement, for instance, there's going to be offshoots that don't agree that there's nationalism of any kind or that we shouldn't have it. The same would be true for any movement. That's what I don't know. Like you're saying, people are waving flags and they stand against everything that is nationalism. Okay, great, but that's going to be the same for any political movement. If you had it the other way around, it would be the same thing. There would still be people out speaking out against it, saying that it's wrong.
I think that's a part of our civic nationalism.
Even if there's people... Hold on. If you go to Brazil, okay, Brazil could fight for nationalism and has a foundation for it.
So
okay?
there's 7 nations in America. We're an empire.
You go to Italy, they have a foundation.
Our national identity. What
common language?
Dude, can I answer the fucking question, Trooper? Let me defend us. Let me defend America for a second. I don't think you've been doing a good job of it. Because we have a form of civic nationalism. Our national identity is this cowboy image of rebellion, guns, baseball, barbecue, protest, free speech, the melting pot, the self-governing thing, and the
baseball is from Canada. Baseball was invented in Canada.
With different definitions depending on who you're talking to. Wow, great job, bro.
And the ability to disagree. That is our national identity.
No, dude. Freedom, democracy, opportunity. That's
a part of our national identity.
That's not a foundation for nationalism.
If you ask any American what makes America America, they're gonna say democracy.
Speakeasy. So here's my question.
Freedom is interpreted different by different people.
That's why I use the word democracy there.
Of course it is.
Democracy is interpreted different by different people.
Speakeasy, here's my question to you. If we don't, because what it sounds like is you're interpreting, what I'm interpreting from what you're saying is we don't have a reason to have a strong nationalism, then why are we the top destination for immigrants in the world? If we do not have money to be proud of our own country.
Yeah, but we have a culture of immigration. That's a part of our culture. That's our identity. We're the melting pot.
We have the problem of too much here. In a lot of places, that's not a thing.
So
I actually, for once, agree with Roz, because the nationalism that you're kind of talking about is more defined by things like ethnicity, race, or religion.
Yes,
civic nationalism is defined by like national identity, because we're all citizens, political values.
Yeah, but have
you seen Starship Troopers?
Well, I was going to say this earlier. If these dissenters have a different idea,
example of civic nationalism.
Of what,
the whole movie Starship Troopers is a fucking example.
It's kind of like an ancient
nationalism.
sort of citizenship ideal, but
they're Django McCarthy
to maintain resonance when people disagree over what these things mean in practice. Justice in itself.
Does so long as there's war.
I mean, most people in America agree that we don't have a just judicial.
Right. Let's take let's take America off the table for a second. Do you think that Starship Troopers government and model, that's an example of civic nationalism?
Hold up real quick. We got a 1v1 request. Chat is trying to get rid of me, I see. All right. Let me go ahead and put everyone else in the back here. All right.
Chad, I'm sorry about what I said earlier. I'm sorry about what I said earlier. If I win this, I'm going to donate the money to Chad.
Don't be sorry, guy. Don't be sorry. It's fucking verbal combat, bro. No time for sorries on verbal combat. All right. All right. So we could continue going with this topic if you'd like, or we can do a different topic. I'm game for whatever you want.
I'm game. Let me look at the list really quick. We can cook with this.
Well, yeah, or I could even just like bring up my list of topics and try to find one, see if you disagree.
Man. I mean, yeah, I'm comfortable with this. It doesn't matter to me unless you want to change.
Well, yeah, like I said, I'm totally cool with whatever you want to do. I want to make it as fair for you as possible. What? Okay. What do you think about jury trials?
I mean, I'm for jury trials.
Okay, so like you wouldn't be for abolishing jury trials then?
Hell no.
In any way whatsoever?
God no.
Got you. All right, let's do that one if you want. Would you be for it? I'm for abolishing.
Okay, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, base. At least I know we'll get to this one tonight. I was like, yo, I get put in on a night that there's a topic I really like. I better get to this one. All right, so chat. As you know, this, what do we get? 40, right? Yeah. So we're starting out, going to 5 minutes. If you want to be the decider, all right, it is 60 to solo judge. It is 10 to add on a minute, okay? And if we don't get a solo judge, it goes to the chat poll, and the loser of the poll will lose their soul. Ras, good luck to you, my friend.
Thank you.
Die without dignity.
All right. So here, let me start out with giving you a couple of my reasonings. I'll start with like two. All right. So like two of the biggest ones would be the fact that like I don't trust the random Joe Blow on the street to have any legal expertise, let alone have the efficient legal expertise I want for judging me or anyone else if they're guilty or not, deciding if someone's guilty or not, I mean to say. And also the cost and time would be cut down tremendously because we wouldn't be looking for different jury members. We wouldn't be, and that's an inconvenient thing. That's a different argument. That's an inconvenient thing for the public, but we wouldn't be looking for jury members. We wouldn't have to prolong the time of these people being locked up if they're innocent, and we could just get right through the case. So it's more efficient, costs less, and the legal expertise. These will be the three I'll start with so that I don't take up too much time.
Okay. So to answer that first, there's a whole screening process for a jury. We don't just allow Joe Blow to come off the street and sit on the bench. They're screened by both sides in fairness by the defense and the prosecution. And if there are major conflicts of interest or bias that are apparent, then they're tossed out. And they're also informed of what happens if you perjure yourself. There are serious consequences if you become a juror with mercenary intentions and you perjure yourself, or like an example, jury nullification. If you lie during the screening process about jury nullification, you've perjured yourself. Next is a judge before a jury deliberates. A judge gives special instructions to the jury, what to pay attention to, how to logistically, and I don't want to use the word liturgically, but instructions for how to interpret the data that they've been given in the form of jurists so that they can make an informed decision amongst themselves. As far as time, in the American lexicon, enshrined in our Constitution, we have the right to a fair and speedy trial. The process actually goes pretty quick compared to other countries where you can sit in jail for an indefinite period of time before you ever see a judge. So I don't think we have a problem there. To rebuttal against this, the jury trial system is a part of the American national identity, along with those other things I was talking about. This is a part of our civic nationalism. It is a system built on fairness because it allows us, the people, to exercise a degree of government sovereignty. We are a living part.
I mean, Rome had a version of it too.
We're a living part of the self-governance experiments, which helps safeguard us against tyranny. And
I don't care too much about the identity part because it's like I said, I don't.
But the utility in it,
identity. But like, let me answer one of the couple things you just said there.
Yeah.
When you mentioned the screening process, actually, this is why another reason I don't think we should have jury trials, because what the lawyers do is during that screening process, they're looking for the people that are most likely to be for who they want. This is actually a problem in the jury selection part. This is why it actually gets prolonged. It might be speedier than other countries. I'm not comparing it to other countries. I'm comparing it to the system we have now. I'm saying it would be faster than the system we have now. So we'd be even faster than these other countries. The instructions you just mentioned, that's cool and all, but like I've given instructions on a guy on how to mix the mortar so that we could use it for bricklaying. And it's literally put 2 bags in and put 20 shovels of sand, and he couldn't get that right. So telling someone instructions, I don't rely on this. I want the person with the expertise being the one. And I don't want just one judge. I want a panel of judges. Okay, so like it would be to avoid corruption in one judge.
Historically speaking, though, this type of legal system has been rife with corruption and tyranny. Look at the jury trials where they literally had a guillotine in the back room or not jury trials, judge trials for the Nazi party. You sat in front of a tribunal of judges. They all loosely agreed that they already predetermined you were guilty, and then they dragged you around the back and cut your head off.
Yeah, but like that's not. I'm not arguing for Nazi judges, bro.
But as far as the utility of it, this safeguards us from systems like that. The wheels of justice move slowly. I'd rather the wheels of justice move a little slower.
The problem is when you have jury trials.
That way we can measure twice and cut once.
The problem is when you have jury trials, you can't do that because you have times when somebody's super famous or super good looking or super something that everyone loves, okay? And they let you chop your wife's head off, stab her boyfriend up, and you get off scot-free. You get off scot-free. You get to say, I didn't do that. I'm a famous football player. I ran from the police. I ran from the police because I didn't do that.
This isn't something that's happening.
Football player, so I didn't kill my wife. And then I'll write a book about how I did it after I get off.
Look at our appeals. Look at our appeals.
That's the problem with jury trials.
The whole point of having a jury is because one judge has a bias. So having 12 judges would just be another jury because it's 12
panel of judges. Your peers. No. It wouldn't be another jury of your peers.
Yes, no, they're not. Judges aren't our peers, dude. They work for the state.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
That's the whole point. That's the whole point.
I don't think in a climate that's as politically divided as we have today, you're gonna be able to find a bunch of people
that are biased. I don't want a whole jury full of white people to be able to be like, yeah, this kid's black.
Okay.
Hold on. I don't want that to be able to happen.
Look at the Kyle Rittenhouse trial. Look at the Kyle Rittenhouse trial.
If you're just yelling over my answer, I mean, it's good, but I'm not hearing what you're saying.
Yes. And the jury did the right thing, and they were informed, and it was a politically hot environment full of worried people, and the jury did the right thing.
The jury did the right thing in what?
The Kyle Rittenhouse case.
Oh, okay. Did they do the right thing in the Derek Chauvin case?
They might have.
Did they do the right thing in the OP case?
They might have, dude.
Did the ones in UK do the right thing in the Amber Heard case? Get the fuck out of here with that shit. You get off all the time because people love them.
She totally
shit on the UK. Not in the UK.
We're talking about America, though.
I don't care. I was talking about a jury. I was talking about the effects of a jury.
Prince Andrew is walking basically scot-free aside from societal chastisement.
Yeah, because of their parliamentary system, they didn't even make it to a jury.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's crazy.
It's not the arguments you're making against aren't something that's happening here. Where are all these appeals cases? We would see.
Did you say juries aren't letting guilty people off here?
Where are all these appeal cases then?
Is that what you're saying? Or putting innocent people in jail? That juries aren't doing that here?
Where are all the overturned cases?
That's what I'm asking you if that's what you said.
Yes.
I asked you.
Yes.
So you believe O.J. Simpson's innocent?
Yes.
Well, so here's my question for you, Speakeasy. Like, judges can overturn the jury, right?
Not in every case. Not if
they
it's no.
It's within their power to overturn the jury.
It's only if it's
very
proven,
rare that they do.
No, it's only if they say they're guilty, not if they're proven innocent, buddy.
It's very rare that they.
Not if they're proven innocent.
They can overturn a jury.
Not if they're proven innocent. Search it up. Go ahead.
You're in Canada, right?
Go ahead.
Oh, wait.
I feel like in Canada you might be able to find a jury of peers that could agree on something, but I don't know about here.
Hey,
Steve, all right, you have 2 minutes to vote. If you want to vote for this man right here. Oh, shit. Almost hit the wrong one. If you want to vote for this man right here, you're voting for Raz Snake Stomper on the poll. And if you want to vote for this man right here, you're voting for yours truly, Speakeasy, on the poll. Get your votes in. The timer's already going because I let you guys go a little bit past the time. All right?
A jury trial is the sovereignty of citizens. In America,
just so you know, a judge can overturn a jury verdict in either direction. It's called a a judgment without notwithstanding a verdict. That is what that's
But
called.
he has to be able to explain himself because he might have to stand in front of other judges to in case it's appealed. In which we have an appeal system. And if our juries are fucking up so bad, we would see a mountain of overturned cases.
You don't even think OJ's guilty, so like you would just accept them as innocent if the jury says they're innocent.
Let's look at this part.
That's stupid. I don't care about all these emotions juries have or how much they can relate to me. I don't give a fuck about all that. I care about.
Judges don't have
Everybody's gonna get loud, huh?
I care about the letter of the law. That's what I care. Okay, that's what I care about. I don't
the OJ trial, like, wouldn't even know how to feel for it.
As the regular citizen,
no,
judges are just as biased
for
as regular
mandatory
citizens.
minimums, baby. Okay,
One bad jury can fuck up
your
one
feelings
case.
in the situation.
One bad
Don't care.
judge can fuck up thousands of cases.
Based
Oh,
effigy.
really?
I agree.
Based effigy.
Based. I agree.
And what? It wouldn't be just one judge.
No, one
There's
bad
only
jury
one
can
judge
fuck
per
up
case.
One case.
One being
one
No,
bad
that's
judge
not what I want.
Now,
I don't want one judge.
He wants a
He-
tribunal.
I want a panel of judges.
Yeah, he wants a tribunal and he wants to strip
Even if it
citizens
is
of their
multiple judges,
sovereignty.
they all have the same bias. They're all part of the
So
state.
Well,
you
we're
just
all
want
just a
your
bunch of-
jurors to have
we're all-
law degrees. Like,
We're all just a bunch of dumb fucking yokels that can't fucking figure it out. We've got no reasonable reason amongst us. If I'm defending myself under the grounds of fucking reasonable self-defense, I think that a prosecutor, a judge, and a hired Juris Doctor attorney can split the difference and screen a jury to so you don't end up with a crazy range of biases.
That's not what happens, though, dude.
We do it every single day. There are thousands of court cases every single day.
Yeah, and
almost millions.
If I start pulling up names, I can bring you up hundreds of names of people
there
who
aren't
got off
millions-
because
but
the
there
jury
aren't
was
millions-
biased.
but there aren't
Okay?
millions
It
of
happens
appeal
all the
cases.
fucking time.
Where are all the
You
overturned
think
cases?
Derek Chauvin's in?
Nirvana
You think
fallacy.
Derek Chauvin should be in jail?
I mean, he fucked up. It's a bad look.
He fucked
I mean, pretty sure, yeah. Like that was like
because
what
of a
9 minutes on his
bad
neck with his knee.
And he broke his policy. Why did he? If I was Derek Chauvin, I would have let that dude OD in the back of the fucking squad car. Why did he even let him out?
I mean,
So,
yeah, that's
let
what he
him out
should have
because
done.
he said he couldn't breathe. I want to
He
lay
should've-
down
That's
on
why
the
he's in
ground.
prison.
He
Yeah,
asked
that's not-
for it.
That's
What do
not what you do.
Did you
That's
watch
not-
the whole
That's not what
fucking?
you do. That's not
Did
what
you
do.
watch the whole
Ross,
video?
don't dry up them vocal cords, buddy.
Did you watch the whole video?
Dude, I watched the whole trial and the evidence they
No,
put
not
against
the
him
whole trial. I
compelled.
asked, did you watch the whole body cam footage?
They brought a doctor in that said he fucked up his neck and crushed his airway, and the jury believed it.
And
Did
whoever
you
said he had a
watch-
lethal dose in him,
did
like,
you
what
watch-
was his tolerance?
Did you watch? Did
Yes.
you watch?
Wait,
I
I'm
watched him-
sorry.
I watched him.
Is this
scream he
dude?
couldn't
Was this
breathe
dude
the
on
whole
the
time.
jury?
Oh, and
Did
I don't
you
want to like
watch-
be
it-
dick riding or
was he
nothing,
on the
but you know that
footage?
statue they built of George
Were they on
Floyd's
the
head?
jury?
It looks more like Michael
What?
Jordan. He's a
Dude, I
way,
think-
George
the
Floyd
dude's
was
a
way more
scumbag.
like a powerfully built dude, not so thin. It's kind of weird they made the statue look like that.
The dude's a scumbag, and that whole case is what happens when two stupid people run into each other. Like it was a
Okay.
bad,
First off.
scenario.
First off, chat has voted 26 votes, and you motherfuckers voted 50%. That means we have to
Oh,
do a
God.
tiebreaker now.
Oh,
All right.
Come on, 26 votes.
We got to get everyone else into the back. All right. And only 26 votes. I don't know what's wrong with you, chat. All right. I don't know what's wrong with you. But you gotta get those votes in. All right. And okay. Usually when we do a tiebreaker, we switch the topic, but it's up to you. Do you want to switch the topic or do you want to stay on this one?
Let me look at the list one more time.
I have a bunch of other topics too that I can just bring up to see if you agree or disagree.
I'm like, let's fuck with this voter ID law thing. Maybe I mean, if we're in opposition, I think that voter IDs are there's nothing unconstitutional about being required to have an ID.
Yeah, we're gonna be on the same side of this one.
Fuck. The promotion of female promiscuity.
I think we'll end up being on the same side, but what do you think?
I think that
Yes.
I think that there is a. Let's do a two-state solution. I've been fucking. I don't think a two-state solution is possible. Well, wait. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, is that what it's asking?
Okay,
Yeah.
you know what?
I don't think a two-state solution is possible. Where are you at with that?
I think it's possible. So I think if you're gonna end up agreeing with me that it's possible very quickly. Remember what you're saying here. Is it possible?
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah, then I would totally agree because I think America should be in charge of Israel and Palestine. It should just go ahead and be a state or a commonwealth.
Okay. You know what? Fuck it. What was that first one you said? Voter ID?
Yeah,
I'll just take the other side. Fuck it.
Hey.
I'll take the other side. All right, chat. This one here, because it's a tiebreaker. Yeah, I usually do that so that we don't have to go through a whole bunch of shit. So this one's a tiebreaker. All right. You cannot add time, but you can still solo judge. All right. And it's going to 6 minutes. So chat, once again, can't add time, going to 6 minutes, but you can still solo judge. And all right. So I guess I'm taking the affirmative. So I'll start here. I would say I'm going to start with the fact. Well, let me ask you a question. Do you believe that voting is a fundamental right?
No.
Why not?
It's a privilege, like a driver's license or owning a firearm.
So it's not in the Constitution that we have the right to vote?
It's one of those. It's a privilege to vote.
Well, but it's in the Constitution, right?
Yeah.
Like rights are just privileges. You agree, right?
No, not all of them. There's a stipulation. There's a right can be taken away by the nature of our law. You can lose a right, and that makes it a privilege.
Yeah, you can lose the right to vote, right?
Yes, but you can't lose the right to like free speech. You can't lose the right to. You don't have to quarter.
Yes, you could though.
Not here though.
You could. Yes.
How?
Well,
from the government. Let's define that. From the government,
free speech is limited. Copyright in here is
that's not
with free speech.
That's not free speech.
Yes, it is. It's a freedom of expression. If I'm not allowed to just put something on and critique it, that's a freedom of expression.
That's stealing intellectual property.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
That's how it's codified in our law.
No, it's actually not.
It's
no, freedom of expression also involves critiquing other people's takes. Yes.
There's a difference between slander and free speech. People get sued for it all the time. You can't just go
slander is in free speech.
Yeah, yes, by law.
So your speech is limited. Let's get back to this though. We both understand our rights are things that are just privileges and they can be taken away. We both understand that.
Yes.
All right. But in the Constitution, it's a fundamental right to vote.
It's a privilege because of the law. Fundamentally, yes, every American has the right to vote, but if you become a convicted felon, that right is suspended from you.
Right,
just
exactly.
Just like every American has the right to purchase a firearm unless you become a felon, then we limit your right.
Got you. Exactly. I'm with that.
If you break any law, we throw you into slavery in jail.
Of course. That's why if I didn't break any law requiring me to do something extra to have a fundamental right is unconstitutional. If I had to also wear a black hat, then I have the right to own guns, that would be unconstitutional. Just like here, you're taking away a fundamental right with a burden put in front of it.
The burden is a prescription for criminality.
No. The voter ID. The voter ID. I'm saying if you require me to do something extra to vote, you are now putting a obstacle in front of a fundamental right I have.
But there's no
that would make it unconstitutional. Like if
no.
I said you had to, Raz, if I said you had to buy a black hat to be able to own a gun, would you say it's unconstitutional?
But who's blocking you from getting an ID? This is a security network.
Who's blocking you from buying a black hat?
Nobody.
Exactly.
So nobody's stopping. And nobody's stopping you from getting an ID.
But if I require you to buy a black hat to get a gun, is that unconstitutional?
That would be unconstitutional. All you need to buy a gun is a driver's license. There we go again, so that they can verify who you are and not be a felon. That's it.
Oh,
that's it. We limit it, the penalties are prescriptions,
mm-hmm.
and nobody is preventing you from getting a driver's license. There's no, and if you're like fucked up and you got a DUI or too many traffic tickets, you can get a non-driver's license for identification purposes, and you can use other forms of ID outside of.
But you're still requiring them. You're still requiring them to buy said license to then be able to have something that was supposed to be a fundamental right under the Constitution.
Well,
right?
we limit rights for the greater good of security. We've got to make sure that you're not voting twice, because then you're breaking the law.
Well, yeah, of course we know.
America is founded on the concept.
Yeah, we have plenty of technology to make sure someone's not voting twice.
Of fair and free elections. So, this isn't something that we started doing overnight. Even before there was a system in place to verify people weren't voting multiple times, or that they were voting. We knew who they were, because America, the first voters before universal suffrage, were stakeholders in the country. The only people that could vote were.
So do you think we should have to have an ID to live? If we were born here in America, we should have to have an ID to live?
You don't need an ID to live. We're talking about.
Oh, okay. So then why should I have to have an ID to vote?
For security purposes and fairness.
But I can live in society without ID?
Yes. I mean, it's going to be
security
hard for
doesn't matter anymore.
I mean, you're going to need a driver's license to get a debit card so you can pay for your internet.
If I don't want that? I don't want that.
Then you're not going to be able to play PlayStation, bro. You're not going to be able to stream online.
That's fine.
You needed a driver's license.
But my point is, if you think you're okay to live live in society without the IDs at all, why would you need to have IDs to vote in society? It doesn't make sense.
Why do we have to have police officers in society? It's the same. It's the exact same.
That has
reason.
nothing to do with it. What?
Yes, it's for security and integrity of the vote.
Yeah, but you just said we could live in the society without no IDs.
I mean, it's theoretically possible, but you're going to have a hard time, and you're not going to be able to enjoy the amenities available to you in our society.
You're not worried about security anymore.
We are worried about security if we require you to have an ID to vote, and we're worried about the integrity of our election process. Well, and that's the basic part of the social.
We have other technology to make sure people aren't double voting.
Yeah, like the blockchain.
I mean, how so? What is
the blockchain?
Blockchain.
What about like mail-in votes or that shit where you can't present an ID?
I think
blockchain solves all that, dog.
I think 2020 already proved the chaos that mail-in balloting brings. If the verification progress, all of that.
Real quick, chat. I am putting the poll in once again. Okay, so everybody, get on and get your vote. If you want to vote for this man right here, you're voting for Raz Snake Stompa in the poll. And if you want to vote for this man right here, you're voting for yours truly, Speakeasy, in the poll. All right, get your votes in. I'm starting the 2-minute timer up now. Yeah, I just took the other side so that we'd have an argument.
I appreciate it. This was smart. no matter how it goes down. I had fun tonight. You guys are, even though we agree on some things and disagree on the other, I think
I almost
everybody here is
forgot
based.
how the arguments go for a second. I was like, wait a minute, how's it going?
Chat panel, everybody's pretty base, and I like to see people passionate about their ideas. But we've got to safeguard our electoral process system. Otherwise, we're invaded and we're no longer sovereign. People can
because people who look like you might vote, and we wouldn't want that.
Of course. And
that's what I like about VK. Most people, in majority, we agree, but we find things to fight over. It's beautiful.
It sounds weird when there's like people in the background and shit. I feel like everybody doing this is a lonely bastard like me.
As a black man, I find it incredibly insulting when people use blacks as an example of why people shouldn't have voter ID. Like blacks don't know how to get blacks don't know how to get a driver's license. Like blacks don't know how to use the internet. It's crazy.
No, listen, my bad.
That shit is weird.
I didn't know you were black. I thought you were brown. Never mind.
Can we look out into society though and look at who demographically is less likely to have government issued IDs?
Criminals.
Wait. You don't think they have like prison IDs?
Only criminals.
On their fucking jersey they have to wear every day.
Foreigners won't have ID, I imagine, who are here illegally. I imagine people who don't have their shit together as far as
the Amish in America have IDs and shit because they live in the country, but they don't participate with.
But they live in egalitarian enclaves, and some of them do have IDs, and there's the whole range of.
Okay, but do all of them have IDs?
All right, real quick, chat has got their votes locked in. 26 votes. All right, I mean. A little lacking here, okay, but
I laugh at communists.
26 votes in the chat, and 73% voted that the winner is yours truly. So Raz Snake Stomper, tell everybody in the chat where they can find you and why they need to bring you back for another shot at the $250 prize.
Well, you guys need to bring me back because I need to get me one of these badges. I want my superhero badge, and I want to donate the money to Chad.
Let's go.
Let's go. Listen, always a pleasure having you. And if they bring you back, you're more than welcome. And until then, my friend.
Your soul is mine.
Fatality.
Another soul added into the safe of souls. And that's how it goes on Verbal Combat Friday, baby.
Speak, I didn't even know how to argue that. That was good, bro.
Yeah,
I was like, how the fuck are you gonna do this?
I was at first I kind of fucked up because I thought about it and then forgot it in the first couple of seconds. I was like, oh fuck, what is it again?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's that's one of the biggest arguments I hear.
Yeah.
Because like under the Constitution, if we have a fundamental right to vote, that means if you're putting burdens in front of it, you're adding something that's not there in the Constitution, so it would be unconstitutional. That's the whole argument.
Do you register for the draft in Canada when you're 18?
No, you don't have to register for the draft in Canada. No, we don't have that.
Yeah, we don't have.
We do that here.
I know.
Yeah.
I had to there.
The men have to do that though.
Everybody has to. That's of age. Immigrants, people that were born there. Any man of age has to. That's just how it goes.
In Friday night.
I think we should have what do we call it? Not conscripted service. That's just the draft. Like mandatory service for like everybody.
A mandatory national service for everyone.
Yeah, like everybody should have to spend like 2 years in the military.
Before, and I'm for that too. I think that's a good idea. Some type of mandatory service everyone has to do. And let's bring up
it'd be a better way to train people.
James Life Talks, welcome to the show. Let's
Thank you. I gotta deal with the estrogen in the room tonight.
Why?
Are you on your period,
You left the door open when you came in.
Earlier they were defending.
Are you on your period,
predators.
James? It's okay.
They gotta have some estrogen running through them because I don't see how you can defend child predators. Like
Who's
that.
defending child
There
predators?
were people earlier that were.
Well, that was 2 hours ago.
Yeah,
Where the
rich
fuck have you
people
been?
and fucking predators.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, they were totally.
I mean, I haven't been in that situation yet.
James,
it was Abe. It was Abe up there.
I was listening.
No, I was saying that we need to be smart how we release things, because if you're going to skyline yourself before you go after people, then you're making a fool of yourself before you've ever gone after them. You don't release the list and then go get them.
Real quick, too. This right here, Warpig had put up another 20 towards JS. All right, so there's 50 left to bring JS back. And I also missed a name change. I may or may not be on that.
I'm pretty sure definitely JS and somebody else was saying that we shouldn't release the list at all.
And real quick, too, just a reminder, chat, I'm going to put up the moves again for you all quick. All right, we got 2 more people, too, in the back. So, let's get some 1v1s going, maybe some fatalities, chat's choice, of course. But there's your list, chat. Take a screenshot if you don't have it yet. But yeah, we have 2 people waiting to get up. We have JS for waiting for his revive. He's got 50 left. We got Raz waiting for a revive in the back. So, yeah. And then also we have 30 minutes left until it's the deadline for you to be eligible for the prize. So you have to either be in the back or on stage. If you're not in the back or on stage, you won't be eligible for the prize.
As the show extension come in.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's fucking go.
Came in at the end of yesterday's stream, actually.
Oh, sick.
Nice.
Let's fucking go. Beautiful.
Yep. All right, let me see here. Let me see.
I'm having a headache. I'm gonna drop down.
You have a headache?
Yeah, I have a headache from earlier when he was talking earlier about that list.
All right, weak sauce.
I wasn't even you and James on your period.
Weak sauce. Get the
Gave me a headache, but I'm staying. I'm gonna take care of the estrogen in the room.
I'm gonna go ahead and self delete from these.
That's the estrogen in the room that James was talking about.
Shut up.
Come on, Emmett.
Yeah, stay, Emmett, stay. Don't be full of estrogen.
Rage quit.
I mean, that's a weird way to announce yourself. All right.
Anyway, I'm gonna drop down. I hope you all win and get a ton of money.
But you gotta do an Andrew Wilson. You gotta take somebody out before you rage quit. Come on.
I wish I could. See you guys later. Have a good one.
Take it easy, bro. Thanks for coming.
Bitch. New topic. Is that person a bitch?
Emma doesn't want to speak with his boyfriend, so he's acting like he has.
I like that topic. There was definitely some people earlier that were.
Let's bring up another.
Definitely.
Steelman, welcome to the show. Let's fucking go.
Yo.
Little bro put on suspenders to keep his pants up while he's sitting down. Cute. Very cute.
That's holding his holster, bruh. But be careful.
You don't always sit down.
John Wick and
You gotta
up
get
in here.
Listen, I promise I can get to my gun faster than they get to theirs.
Hearing John Wick, it's different these days. Anyway, they called that dude in county that shot 3 guys. John Wick. Anyway.
All right, let me see which topic we'll bring up for next here. Let's see where everyone stands on this one here. Zero tolerance policy for all violent crimes would be beneficial.
Absolutely.
Oh, so explain that one.
Policy. Lock them up. Actually, I would say violent crimes, take them to the wall.
If it ain't violent, it ain't even a crime.
The wall.
Yeah.
Any violent crime, you just murder someone.
That's zero tolerance. That's zero tolerance.
Tyrant. Holy shit.
That's death penalty,
So,
man.
Here's a cigarette. Here's a blindfold, baby. Let's go.
That's wild.
Well, we have to apply it to the police and the
James,
military
what are you
as well.
learning at the synagogue, bro?
Well, you gotta go to a synagogue before you can learn something in a synagogue.
You can't just apply this policy to the citizens, right? So I mean, yeah, zero violence. We're gonna have zero tolerance for violence, but the police can't go around beating people, and the military can't just go around accidentally hitting casualties.
Well, I never said that.
Explain to me what you mean by zero tolerance.
If you're making the law and you determine what force is, you design what the law is, and you can enforce that. That makes no sense. Citizens and law are both sides of the coin, opposite sides of the spectrum. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, people.
Wait, that's like just jibber jabber. What about the zero tolerance thing? What do you mean by that? You lock everyone who commits a violent crime, you throw them in prison for the rest of their life? Like, what are you talking about?
Do something about it.
Well, I'm saying we actually prosecute the police who are committing violent crimes instead of just protecting them.
No,
or the military.
They don't just protect them.
Yeah, good luck with that one. I mean, they're doing pretty good these days, but it ain't the way to go.
But why is it justified?
What a crime is. Because a crime just can't be beating somebody because there's self-defense. There's also lawful order to assault, like especially if there's an assailant, you're being assaulted. Like, what's your definition of what a crime is?
Yeah, they're talking about people guilty of violent crime, of like violating someone else's autonomy, someone doing harm, like someone who's found guilty of like doing harm to someone else.
Yeah, these things are measured in degrees.
Self-defense is not a
crime under the law. So I mean,
exactly, self-defense is not a crime, right?
Wow, and you know what? If my grandma had wheels instead of legs, she'd be a bike.
See, I'm saying instead of I'm
And
saying.
if fish had wings, it'd be a bicycle. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Self-defense is not a crime.
A violent crime.
What? I'm sorry. Someone said both of you literally said self-defense is not a crime.
Self-defense is not a crime.
Yeah,
no.
We're not talking about self-defense. We're talking about violent crimes.
Correct.
Yeah, he was asking
what a crime is.
Oh, we just want to clarify that we're not talking about the thing that we're talking about. Okay, great. Good job, James.
Self-defense
don't forget to take your HRT today, dog. Okay.
What I'm saying is,
crime. Don't you know that?
Why are you justifying it when government actors get away with violent crimes?
It's their job.
That's because they own the monopoly on force. They can determine what a law is.
No. Wait a minute. People that are popular do not get away with crime. No one should get away with crime.
Police don't.
Okay, James.
Hey, crime bad.
James, explain to me, right? Explain to me though. What like the thing you're not looking at, right? Is the dude that's acting in self-defense and ends up putting Buddy in the coma could get the same punishment as guy who just put Buddy in the coma because he wanted to beat him up. Do you understand?
Well, if it's self-defense, wouldn't they find him not to be
Well,
guilty?
how do you prove?
How do you prove?
Yeah.
Ain't there evidence? It'll be self-defense.
Trial of.
If it's a zero tolerance, right? How do you think you would have a defense of putting somebody in a
jury trial?
You gotta define what you mean by zero tolerance. It's a nice sounding phrase, but what the fuck does it mean?
Because the most
Is
popular thing called
self-defense
zero
a
tolerance
violent
policies
crime?
are the policies for children in schools and violence. Are we talking about zero tolerance for like adults doing adult crimes or what? Like, be
Yeah.
more specific.
What's your tolerance
no,
to
no.
me?
Is
Yeah,
self-defense a violent
adults
crime?
doing adult crimes is what the prompt was
Sure.
talking
Get rid of due
Yeah.
process.
Is self-defense a violent crime?
No,
No,
but
so that's not what we're fucking talking about. I don't know why anyone is bringing up self-defense.
Oh, I'll tell you what I was just talking about because I said what I was just talking about, but I'll repeat it again for you, okay? What I just said was the person that acted in self-defense and put Buddy in a coma could potentially get the same punishment as the guy who didn't do it out of self-defense. They both did the same thing.
Potentially is doing a lot
I mean, the judges take these things
The
into
person
account.
who's found guilty of a violent crime and not doing self-defense, like, yes, like, again, that's literally exactly what I was just talking about. Like, what?
So that typically comes down to whoever calls the police first, and they will tell you the exact same thing in any kind of concealed carry law like course where you're trying to figure out when it's appropriate for you to pull a gun on someone. They'll tell you the same thing. If you pull your gun out in self-defense, it is imperative you call the police first. And in any other situation, whether it's a gun or not, it is imperative for you to call the police first.
Let me ask you something, Darko. If a kid was getting bullied, right, or an adult, say, was just getting like picked on, you know, not physically, just like getting picked on all the time, and then you just fucking lashed out and fucking beat the shit out of the person that was picking on him, right? Do you think he should get the same punishment as the guy that just waited for somebody to come to where he was and beat the shit out of him just because he wanted to? Do you think they should get the same
Don't be
punishment?
emotionally.
Mr. I'm for jury trials. Do you think they should
I mean,
get
it's got a big
I do.
dependency on like how bad
Don't
the
be mature enough not to lash out.
Do you think they should get the same punishment?
What the fuck are you talking? Okay, so the guy who gets provoked into hitting someone versus someone who's just waiting for someone to start a fight so that they can hit somebody? Is that the question that you're asking me?
Yeah, exactly what I asked you.
Zero tolerance.
Those people should be punished the same. Like I don't know. Like those are both like.
That's the entailment of this question. Zero tolerance. He's talking about that. Yes. Same
So you
punishment.
do think that? Just to be clear.
Yeah, sure. I mean,
well, it's not. Yeah, sure.
To like a certain extent, yeah. I don't like this question. Just does not compute to me. It's like, oh, like two people, like one dude is a clear aggressor and one dude wants someone to aggress on him.
But that's besides the point.
That's what I'm asking. But do you think they should have the same
some
punishment?
people want to use you. Some people want to be used. This is just motherfucking sweet dream.
One person was reacting to him getting picked on and talk shit on and fucking all this, and the other one was just doing it because they wanted to. Should they get the same punishment?
Or sorry, for what? So like someone like go off the handle and hit someone else?
Marco, do you think the
I know everyone else on the panel understands it, so someone else help me out. Maybe you'll understand your English
Marco,
better
do
than
you
mine.
think outcomes should be the same across the board, irregardless of how violent the crime is? Do you think the outcomes should
No,
be
I don't
the same?
think that. Or yeah.
But it depends on what the definition of a crime is, right? So
That's what I was asking the first time. What a definite? We couldn't even get to that.
yeah, right. So me and Martin.
Really, a crime is breaking the law. What do you mean?
Okay,
Yeah,
perfect.
that's all I wanted to establish. If we can all agree that it's
Along
breaking
those
the law,
lines,
then police have a harder time having crimes committed, right?
along those lines, then yes, I agree.
Right. As long as we can flesh that out, we can actually get to the topic and work on that.
Yeah, I was just I wanted to know for the people that are for or sorry are the ones that are for it, do they think that the two people I just described, one getting picked on and doesn't he reacts out of the anger of the person picking on him, and then the other person is just looking for someone to beat up. Do you think these two people should face the same punishment?
For the person who did the attack or got attacked? No, I think
Okay,
the person
it's the
who did
the
the attacking.
attack.
like should probably.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but this is a really easy question to answer, dude. The attack is the crime. The reason behind it doesn't mean shit.
See, Irk answered his take. That was pretty easy. That's what I'm asking you. Both of the people are attackers. Okay, I want to find someone and I just beat the shit out of them just cuz. Marte, he's getting picked on at the bar. Somebody's fucking with him, talking shit about his wife, and he fucking clocks him one and beats the shit out of him too. We both beat the shit out of somebody. His intent was getting picked on and his wife getting picked on. My intent was I just wanted to beat somebody up. Do you think we should face the same punishment?
Yeah, I mean, okay, if there are two people in two different situations and they're both the aggressor, then yes, absolutely, they should both face the exact same punishment. Yeah, sure.
Yes.
If they cause identical injuries, it's the same crime.
Trials, you dumb fucks. I thought the whole point of jury trials was to understand your intent and relate to you and everything. If you want it by the letter of the law, fuck the jury, bro.
But when it comes to
still
the law,
be guilty for the attack, though.
Yeah, you're asking questions about law instead of bringing up an order.
About the jury stuff.
So what you should have asked is the difference between someone who gets in a small altercation versus someone who nearly beats someone to death and puts them in a coma, right? Yes. Or kills them in the process. Like two things that actually have differences in the law. If that was all treated the same, then that would be what he was talking about.
Sure, we can ask it that way, Effigy. How about this? I punch Marte and I punch Grandma, 90-year-old Grandma. Should I face the same charge?
Yes.
Didn't we go through this yesterday?
Oh, sorry, I forgot to mention. My bad. Sorry, Grandma went into a coma.
Well, the question is, do you have a badge or not?
No, I don't have a badge. I punch Marte.
In that
he gets a little
case,
bruise on his face. That's all that happens. I punch Grandma, coma. Do I face the same thing?
You only punch each one once?
Yeah, one time.
And then according to
my answer to all these is that context
Same
and
punishment?
matter.
Same punishment?
Yes.
Well, hold on.
I forgot that's how zero tolerance works.
don't
It's same
exist, I
punishment
guess.
across the board, no matter what. So I have to change my mind on the zero.
I think they should tell Marte to go home and I should get charged for the grandma. That's what I think should happen.
But the question is, that's the thing. The question is, should all violent crime be given the same zero tolerance policy?
Bro, this is crazy.
Yeah, but I forgot that's how zero tolerance works.
That's why the zero tolerance policy is actually dumb, right?
Yeah, because I forgot
Incredible
about how that
dumb,
worked.
yes.
Because I forgot about how it worked in school. Because we had zero tolerance in school, so I forgot about that. That was dumb.
So,
zero tolerance.
so here's my thing, right?
Man, if I could go back to school and do it all over again and be young and shit, I would get in way more fights than that motherfucker.
Is it your grandma?
If we had this for
did.
Okay.
The school system.
Before we get too far away from this, Shazzy had put up 40 for a 1v1.
Because that's zero tolerance.
So before we get too far from this, who it says 1v1 Darko and the chat's pick. So chat, I want you all to put the name of who you want to face Darko in the chat. Just put the name in there, and whatever name we see the most, we're gonna go with. Oh, we chose. Oh shit, you guys are ahead of me.
That's why I kept
shit. All right. Hold up.
Welcome to the chat.
Say that, like.
You guys are way ahead of me. All right, let me get everyone else in the back. Oh,
he's about to get Darko.
All right. So let's get a topic for you two here. All right. Let me look at my list and get a topic we haven't done tonight yet, and that's not on the main list here. Let me see here.
Villain could be. Never mind. I'm not going to respond to chat. I was going to respond.
What do you guys? Should we abolish private prisons?
I don't know about. I'm not sure on that one. I've got to think more on that topic.
I lean towards yes, but I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. We'll get a different one since Oh, here's a good one. We haven't done this one on VK yet. I actually moved it to the top of the list because of this. Should cash bail be abolished?
Cash bail?
Yeah. Like the fact that like if you're charged with something, someone can post bail for you and you get out until you go to court, even if it's something that you probably shouldn't be out on the streets for. You know what I'm saying? Should cash bails be
entirely
abolished?
abolished? No, but like I don't know. I think
It would depend. I would say it would depend on the crime, but
yeah. But I mean, like you shouldn't be able to get out of jail because you're rich. I would say that. Do you disagree with that, James?
So you would abolish?
Or no, I would not abolish. I wouldn't be for like abolishing it because like we should have some sort of like security that someone is going to show up if we're going to let them go. But like, I mean, I don't like the idea that like people who are richer like can you know.
Okay, I see. You're, maybe we'll bring that up on the panel later. Give people more of a thing to flesh out there with it. I put that up to the top of the list because it was a really good one that I somehow kept looking past. How about should every security guard be armed? And when I say armed, I mean with a gun. Just so everyone understands. I'm not talking about armed with mace or a knife or a taser. None of that. Should they be armed with a firearm?
And when you say security guard, you mean like rent-a-cops do?
Prison guard.
Yeah, every mall security, brink security. If you have a school security, any security guard should be armed.
All the time.
Well,
yeah, I mean, I'm probably like more pro. Like,
I'm not talking about when
in America,
they need to fuck their wife with their gun on their hip, James. That's not what I'm saying. Well, I'm talking about
the reason I asked is let me give an example. I don't think a prison guard should have a gun while they're in the general vicinity of like where prisoners are. Like that way, the prisoners can't take the gun off of them. That's what I'm thinking.
So you would be against all security being armed?
Well, I would say when they're not in the vicinity of prisoners, I would say they should carry a gun, but I would just say not while they're in the. Like, I would be okay with them carrying it if they were not like in general pop or like out in the yard around prisoners. If they're like in.
And no, James, you don't think all security guards should be armed?
Okay, so I guess I
can think about that for sure.
And you're saying yes, Darko?
Yeah. I'll take yeah on this.
Oh shit! Okay, let's fucking go.
Yeah.
Let's fucking go, chat. Remember, this is going to 5 minutes. If you want to make this longer, chat, you got to put in 10 to add on a minute. If you want a solo judge, it's 60 to solo judge. If we don't get a solo judge, it will go to the chat poll, and the loser of the poll will lose their soul. Fighters, good luck to both of you. Let's get it.
Man, I don't think all guards should have guns because think about it. They're in gen pop or they're out in the yard around prisoners and the prisoners grab their guns. Couldn't the prisoners just start a riot like that? That's what I would think.
Yeah, no, that'd be awful. But that's why we should sufficiently staff our prisons so that doesn't happen. We already have holsters, so if you pull it out at like an angle that is, like someone trying to take your gun, it won't get out of the holster. There are these security holsters that already exist. But we can also we're
how secure
to the point. They're pretty secure, but we're also getting to a point where we can have like ID tagged guns where like it won't fire without like your fingerprint. And I mean, if you're a government employee,
yeah, well, we're not at ID guns yet. We're currently not at that level of technology yet.
No, I mean, but would you be against all of them being armed?
15 years out, I wouldn't say that's relatively close.
Yeah, sure, and yeah, it would be better if we had it like that. But I don't think we should just take their ways to defend themselves or to keep order in the prison.
Why can't they just carry like what do you call it? A baton? I think that's what it's called, but so we can hit the prisoners.
Because it's not as lethal as a gun. Like what if someone's presenting lethal force that a baton can't handle?
Well, what about taser? Taser's pretty lethal.
Tasers fail half the time for the police.
They fail half the time. Well,
yeah, there are published studies about this, like the less than lethal method of like the taser gun. Yeah, sure. So like that taser gun that like shoots the sticks in you, like that fails half the time because both connectors have to get.
Uh-oh, we lost him.
Loaded out into you, and and if they don't, and they have to be a certain distance far enough. So yeah, those aren't like super effective. Unless you mean like a handheld taser where like you want a prison guard to get within melee range of someone who's like who has something. Like no, like they shouldn't have to risk their life.
Well, they're already gonna but they're already gonna be fighting the prisoner anyways.
They don't have to fight them with hand-to-hand combat.
Them anyway, so why not just?
Why should a prison guard have to take on a prisoner hand-to-hand?
Well, they're gonna take on hand-to-hand combat if the prisoner gets up close enough. Even if they got a gun, the prisoner
sure. So they can have melee weapons and guns. Like I'm not against that.
That's irrelevant. They're gonna have to do hand-to-hand combat either way. So why?
No, they're not gonna have to either way if they're at a distance coming at them with a fucking prison-made shank.
Prisoners can take the gun away from the guard and start a whole entire issue, and even kill the guard for that matter.
Sure,
I mean,
that
they're
could
already
happen.
secure. It ain't like the prisoners are gonna go nowhere. Gen Pop is locked down. The yard is pretty locked down. They got
okay, great. So should we ban people having their own pools?
Don't just run out of the prison. So
should we ban everybody having a pool in their backyard?
What?
Should we ban everyone in the U.S. from having a pool in their backyard?
What does a pool have to do with having guns?
Well, I mean, they could drown. So, like, we just can't have that. Like,
no. That's not the same thing, because this is how.
That's literally exactly what you're talking about, dog. It's like, oh, well, something bad could happen, therefore.
Gen Pop. You're talking about a gun being in the yard, multiple guns. The prisoner.
Yeah, a gun in a secure holster by an employee of the prison, not just throwing a gun out in the middle of the yard, like, hey, use this, like we're fucking Jerry Springer.
Take that holster and open that holster, and also take on the guard if you have a strong enough prisoner that has enough muscle. You know those prisoners actually work out in jail, right? Do
yeah, sure. That, right? And again, great. Yeah, they can work out in jail for sure. But like, so why does restricting guards to only melee weapons like a solution to that at all?
At least you're not gonna have a riot on your hands.
Okay, so because some prisoners work out and they could get the gun and like start a whole prison riot, which totally happens all the time with all of our armed guards right now. Spoiler alert, it fucking doesn't.
I don't think
we should only give them melee weapons so that the prisoners who are working out can overpower them and start a riot. Okay, great. Yeah.
I don't know what
your reasoning here.
Talking about, but I've never heard of a prison where they carry guns as guards. Not ones that I've ever seen.
Carry guns in the yard?
No, they don't.
I'm sorry. Are you talking about prison guards? I'm sorry. Are you moving the goalpost to prison guards like in a very specific aspect of their like job duties? Instead of just prison guards in general, like, is that where you've moved the goalpost to now? Have you moved the goalpost from should prison guards be armed to should prison guards be like walking alone with a gun in the middle of the yard with absolutely no backup and no way to get help if they get jumped in the middle of the fucking yard?
Should a guard in general carry a gun all the time on their job? Like, that was the idea of the prompt.
Yeah, should security professional be armed? Yeah, that's the prompt, dog. You're against it.
Yeah, but at all times, though, on their job, though. That's the thing. So I don't think it should have them in the yard.
Sure, is part of the prison guard's job to walk into, like, the middle of the yard with no way for backup, no way to call for help? Like, to get jumped by all the prisoners? Is that like in every prison guard's fucking job description, my dude?
You can still have multiple guards out there, but how many guards are you going to put on these prisoners to make sure that they're not going to be out of order?
As many as it fucking takes, dog. As many as it takes.
Because why put more risk to the guards by giving them a gun. That's more
Okay, so if you put a guard in there with a gun versus guards with melee weapons.
on the actual, the post, like up there in the towers, right?
Okay, so again, who would win in a fight? Guards with guns or guards with melee weapons?
Out of control to the point where they need to shoot them. They can shoot them with one of those sniper rifles up in the towers.
Yeah, which is why they shouldn't be walking through the middle of the yard without backup and just ripe to get jumped by prisoners. Like, you're not talking about a prison guard's job description here, my dude. And again, who would win in a fight? Would it be guards with guns or guards with melee weapons?
Well, the guard with the gun might, if he can actually overpower the guy. But the thing is, though, you're assuming that he overpowers the guy. Again, they work out in prison.
No, that's what you're talking about, my dude. That's what you're talking about. It's well, what if someone takes the gun because they're so much stronger?
They're not idiots. Just because people are in prison doesn't make them idiots. I mean,
never said they were idiots. Just said that, if your argument is they can overpower the guard, then a melee weapon is not going to help in that fucking situation.
That they're going to show that they're going to attack a guard before they go up to the guard. That sounds like what you're saying. They're going to show this. Signs that they're going to attack a guard before they go.
No, I'm talking about a guard getting jumped because he put himself in a fucking risky situation. That's stupid.
Yeah, but even if he didn't put himself in a quote unquote risky situation,
I'm gonna let it get up to 8 minutes to see if anyone solo judges.
Any guard,
James, dude. Those prison guards that take their guns off and leave them at the door when they're going in to deal with the prisoners and shit, they're still accompanied by armed guards. There's still armed guards.
Not every time. I mean, they got tasers and shit. When you're walking around within the population, you don't have a firearm.
See? Oh.
Right on the other side of the fence is what? A dude with a gun, right?
Yeah, but
they're usually in the office.
Trained on you. It's but that's being
armed. James actually argued it good because the prompt is all the time, right?
Oh, I mean, it's in the armory. Where the fuck they're keeping that one?
I talked about that. Snipers in the towers.
I think you did good, James.
So you're saying there's a meaningful distinction between having everybody have melee weapons versus someone with a sniper rifle trained on a guy, but the guy that's standing next to them doesn't have a gun. Okay, yeah,
and
those are two very different situations.
Also, James,
I mean, usually the guards are in cahoots, but check this one out.
I would say those security guards should have guns even when they go in.
When you transfer prisoners, you've got to disarm because those motherfuckers are the ones that'll grab them. I mean,
So I used to work in a prison for 8 years. We can't bring guns in. That's a dumb ideology. I was on our tactical, our TSU unit. We've never done this. So what we'll do is we'll poke the barrels through the fence on the outside, but guns are never brought in prison because you can be disarmed and you're just handing weapons out.
Well, it's the same at the county jail, right? Like when you pull the ban and you lock up your gun. Right.
That's why I'm saying James made a good argument, right? Because he only had to argue for one security guard that doesn't or shouldn't carry a firearm, which I think he did.
Well, no, he didn't. He argued for a time when security guards shouldn't have guns.
Yeah, but you can be disarmed in any situation. So police shouldn't carry guns when they're on patrol by that logic because they could be disarmed in the streets. Why not? They could be
buddy,
disarmed.
It's different when you're walking around a prison yard than when you're walking on a fucking sidewalk.
Why? Why is it
when
different?
I was walking around a prison yard, it was me versus.
For one thing, in a prison yard, 100% of the people in there are felons.
Are they? All of them are guilty, 100%?
It doesn't matter if they're guilty. They're technically classified as a felon because they've been found guilty in court of law.
If it's just a technicality of what they're classified as and not their actions, I don't give a fuck about them.
Bro, if you're trying to stick up for the motherfuckers in there, you shouldn't. There's some good dudes in there, but a lot of them ain't.
Real quick, chat. Real quick. I am putting the poll in right now. Okay, drop that poll in right there. Okay, and if you want to vote for this man right here, you're voting for Dr. Darko on the poll. And if you want to vote for this man right here, you're voting for James Life Talks on the poll. All right, chat. I'm starting this timer over. and you got 2 minutes. Let's go.
James Live Talkowitz.
As far as
We're
you
doing
know,
another
you're
one-on-one.
guilty.
I wanted to say more about that prison shit, bro.
You can't. You
Wait,
can't
James,
go
are you
around
voting?
as a guard. You can't go around as a guard assuming that someone's not guilty, or trying to figure out whether or not someone's guilty or not.
Yeah, but like,
prison's
listen,
a
that's
very
not
bad
my
example. That's not even a good example. You're surrounded by
Bro,
people.
like,
who wish
if this
to
is
get out.
semantics, it's a straight
You're
up fact.
outnumbered by
All of the inmates in a
convicts
prison are
one to
felons.
one.
That you can't dispute that. It's true.
Well, this is the thing. If we're gonna bring up prison, my argument would be like I would say that even the guards that are handling the prisoners should have guns on them, but our prison system should be a lot different. Right?
That would be fucking chaos in a heartbeat.
We shouldn't have a prison system of these guys being able to all gang up and hang out in the yards.
Bro, they've taken everything out of the prisons in Michigan.
Escapes and all of this. Jail should be, you go to jail, you're in a cell, you have a toilet in there, a little shower in there, and they come give you your rice and bread every day. All right?
Oh, boy.
Jail. All right.
Speak.
Jail. If jail's meant
then
to
when
be
you
a
take the guy to the
deterrent,
doctor, he fucking
right?
slashes
Jail
your eyes out with his
shouldn't be-
fingernails.
Jail shouldn't
Bro,
be
you can't treat people
where
like
we have rappers making music videos and people shooting TikTok videos in there and shit. Jail shouldn't be the way it is right now.
Shit,
I
we're
agree.
gonna have
It's
to
a
train
joke.
the guards really good.
I agree.
if you
Jail
wanna
needs
do
reforming,
that.
but guns with prison guards, like while they're around prisoners, I say no.
They're gonna have to be
They're having
high
guns
well
around prisoners for
That's
years.
a definite bad idea.
That would ensue chaos.
Yeah, you're just handing a new weapon off to somebody. They have nothing but time to study you as a person because you're their entertainment. They can study your routine and how to take a gun away from you easily.
Not in the
You're
jail
the-
system I would have.
Oh, and dig it.
You're
If you're not in a low-level facility, man, my bad, bro. You got expertise in this. I want to hear what you say for sure.
My jail system be on some Squid Game shit. You'd come in, you'd put your mask on, you wouldn't know who's what. You wouldn't even know what the fuck's going on. You don't know who's who. You'd have to be some fucking Rambo level shit.
Fuck that,
Bro,
dude.
if you're
someone
not-
in there for some kid
Oh my
shit,
God, they're
they need to
screaming.
get
I
tortured
should
by
like
the
lower my
inmate,
voice
you
too,
know?
maybe. Oh.
What?
Jail
That's
sounds
crazy.
sick.
That was crazy, man.
It wouldn't
Okay,
be
check it out,
torture.
dude.
Segregate
It wouldn't
inmates,
be
so-
torture.
If you're not in like the
Nah,
lowest
just
level
like
type of
prison guards that
facility,
do like the
protect the
people
guards.
that-
there's gonna be dudes in there serving life.
Just like they used to protect the executioners. That's why the executioners wore the hoods, right? They wanted to protect them. I'd protect all the guards in our system.
Oh, the guards.
You know, a lot of police aren't police in the same district they live in for a reason, so that they can still go out in public, right? We need to protect the people that are holding our
Man,
criminals.
that's some shit you got to
It
worry
would
about
be-
if you're a cop. man.
My jail would be each person gets their cell.
Crazy to
Again, you
think
get a
about, but that's what they
shitter,
gotta
you get a
protect.
shower, and you get a little sink to wash your hands, and we bring you rice and bread every day. That's it. And then you serve your time. That would be jail. Simple.
In your
All the
jail,
guards
can we
be
have
wearing
all of
some
the-
fucking
Because I had a
blank
we have people
fucking
with patrol
mask.
cars they can bring home.
Never fucking know
If you have
who's
a-
who.
If you have a bring home patrol car, you're basically telling everybody you're a target, so that defeats the purpose.
Wait,
Speakeasy,
what?
In your jail, can we have all of them in stormtrooper outfits,
I
bro?
was a police officer for 2 years on the streets. I'm just telling you a fact right now.
Okay, wait. Hold that thought for a second, Marte. I didn't hear it, but I do want to hear it. 1 second, though. We got 26 votes in on the chat. I mean, pretty low on the votes still, but shout out to everyone who did vote, okay? 26 votes and 53% says the winner of the 1v1 is James Life Talks. All right. All right. Yeah, okay. I thought I said the wrong name for a second. Dr. Darko, tell everybody where we can find you and why they should bring you back for another shot at the $250 prize.
Yeah, Dr. Darko on YouTube. You should bring me back because everyone who voted against me voted against the prison guards' Second Amendment rights. And because, like, I'm a real Christian who are, who's
Wait.
truly pro-trans.
Were you
because the Christian
seriously
guy
advocating
was the-
that prison
was the
guards
most
should walk
famous
around the
person.
yard with a gun?
Let him do his outro. Chill.
Yeah, thank you. Shut up. Listen, Christians should be the most trans people because God was the first person to look at his son and say, he needs more holes.
Oh
Yeah,
my
fucking one
god.
out, bro.
Classic.
You get your soul.
Your soul is mine.
You think you can outrun the soul getting taken, buddy, but you
That was
can't. Just like you can't
blasphemy.
outrun God in the end of your days for saying such blasphemous shit. You can't outrun the soul getting taken here.
Yeah, that was blasphemy.
Death comes for us all one day.
Right.
Hey, you know, I think God that was advocating that we take guards and put pistols on their hips inside the prison yard or inside the facility where they're walking around surrounded by inmates. He might be tripping or something. You know, there's facilities, I'm pretty sure, where they got like a chow hall that are small because it's high level shit. And like if them dudes start fighting, they just fire a grenade into the crowd. Like, because if they can't get along, then like they all gotta die.
Yeah, that
There's
wouldn't
fucked up shit that goes down in prisons, bro.
We'll see.
But you're arguing about Squid Game, though?
Hold on,
years, bro. Like I'll tell you, it would never
Real
happen.
grenade.
James, the
fucking
crazy
flashbang,
thing to me
not a
is the
real
fact
grenade.
that, like,
Forget the small change, give me big money wine. Dollar, 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 dollar,
so police.
And
are
real
not-
quick, this puts JS to what is that? 40 left for JS. You want to bring JS back? Go ahead, send the 40, bring JS back. All right.
Hey, who those black hillbillies in that song? Those guys are funny.
Dollar.
I am a hillbilly.
Police officers are not security guards. Police are officers. They're police officers that offer security. Security guards are completely different. So that entire argument was completely misnomer because
What are you talking
security
about?
guards are
Tell
not
'em.
Prison guards are guards. That was part of the argument.
Yes, but they are
No,
police.
prison guards are
officers
not
that
guards.
offer security.
Actually, to be
They're
technical.
not.
Prison guards are peace officers, no?
But then wait a minute, why did
No,
you
prison
say
guard-
something about
Guards, inanimate objects. There's a distinction
prison
between
officers
guards,
before we start
people
the
that are
debate, so
correction
we can
officers. They're
start it.
different.
Yes,
talked about
dude,
that.
yeah.
So why don't you tell me that?
See, well, but that's what Darko should
Just
have
out of
said.
curiosity, what
I did
state
that
did
This
you
is
work
what
in, bro?
Darko should have
Or
said.
do you work in?
100%, dude. Chris Lestrange, I agree. It's crazy.
That's
he
what
didn't
Darko
go down
should have
that
said.
route because, like, when it comes to
Yeah.
mall security guards, that's a place where people can actually come in and do the mass pew-pewing, right? So they should
Yeah.
be armed to defend against something like that. But instead, you guys went the fucking jail route.
Yeah,
which
see, I agree with the problem. Anywhere you engage with citizens that can be armed, the
There's a
guards
big
should be
distinction.
armed too.
Guards
It's
guard
just fair.
inanimate objects. Officers guard people. It's different.
Yes.
Yes, 100%.
Well, why
No,
did
the
no one
guards
tell
at
I mean, we just call them
schools guard
CO.
children.
Someone forgot to tell me this. So we were talking about that
Yeah.
before we even started the debate.
Yeah, remember, guards at schools guard children, guards at zoos guard animals. So it's not
No,
always
guards
inanimate
don't guard
objects,
children at
but-
schools. Those are security people. They call them something else. Guards only guard inanimate
Okay.
objects.
No,
There's a
no, no,
distinction,
no.
bro.
Guard.
A sugar daddy. Okay? I'm gonna get me one. I'm not gonna get me one because I am a bad bitch. Bad bitch. That's right.
Why, William? Why?
Hold on, wait.
You had to play that one earlier. Why?
What the fuck?
Let me use the one to play
Yeah,
What
yeah,
did you
I
make me watch, bro? I gotta put bleach in my eyes after this.
Okay, you can back me up here. Resource
Speaking,
officers at school are
That's not
police
Speak's fault.
officers.
Don't
Blame
put that
the
evil
chat
on
for that.
Speakeasy.
Blame
Don't
the
put that
chat
evil
for
on
that.
Speakeasy. That's not his
Chat
fault.
gets what it wants.
Yes.
Let me in. Oh,
And why do we call them prison guards if they're not guards? That's my thing.
They don't
but they're
call them
not
prison guards. They call them corrections officers.
officers.
It's
Yeah,
you guys
this
that
is
call
great.
them prison
They're
Prison
guards.
called prison guards, dude. They're not
No,
called.
that's like calling
prison guards. They're called corrections
massage therapists masseuses. That's related to sex. They call massage therapists, not masseuses.
I mean, it's like calling a fucking custodian a
Yeah, most
janitor.
people call them
Hey.
police
Stereotypes
guards. I
don't
mean,
belong to them, bro.
all right, real quick. It's actually 20 left to bring back JS. I fucked that up earlier. I just went up, scrolled back and counted. So it's 20 left to bring back JS, just so you know. And also, Shazzy had paid for another 1v1 and wants to put me on the fire again and says chat chooses the other. So chat, go ahead and everyone put the name of the person you want to see 1v1 with me the most, and we'll go with that one. Everyone got silent. Like,
wait, I want to verse somebody. What's going on? Wait, is it an elimination thing? I want to eliminate.
Yeah, that's what happens in a 1v1. It's elimination. Let me bring up something though that I brought up earlier in that 1v1. It was a topic that I think it's a good topic, and I think you can argue both sides of this pretty good. So let's just see where we're at for now while we're waiting for the chat to choose. Should cash bail be abolished?
Yes.
I think it should be lowered quite a bit. It's gotten pretty fucking high.
That would depend.
But that depends on the crime.
Cash bill.
Probably.
In my opinion.
Say no. You need some way to kind of guarantee that they come back, but also you're innocent until proven guilty. So there's no way that we can always say that we can arrest you and then hold you forever. So.
Wait, the liberal is gonna go against cash bail? That's fucking crazy, dude. Holy shit.
Wait, he'd be the guy I figure would be against it in the first place.
I know, right? Yeah, 100%.
Bro, I tried to bring you in and you left. You're not even in the back anymore. What do you...
Taking away cash bail mean they'll keep holding you though?
Yes.
Yeah, like then what do? You don't bail out. You just sit in jail.
Versus someone who can afford it being able to sign themselves out, because you don't need someone else to pay it. You can pay it from your own card. So if someone can't afford it or doesn't have someone to afford it, then they're going to be stuck there. Yes. But then someone who does have the resources can get out and they can fucking go anywhere.
Hey, I know it's been 5 years, but the court's still backed up from all that COVID shit that they were slacking on.
No, they're not.
That was hitting them for a while.
Yes, it was. Yeah, but they're not. They're not anymore. Yeah, it did take a while, but luckily, due to our Constitution, we have the right to a speedy trial, and they really fucking leaned in on that recently. Well, I want to say recently, but like the first few years after all the like.
All right, we got another fighter to bring to the stage real quick. Ryan Orsom, welcome to the show.
What up, dude? You're muted.
Yeah, you're muted.
What's up, boys?
There you are.
What up?
Welcome.
Yo.
Oh, and we just lost someone up. And another 10 came in for JS. That means there's only 10 left to bring JS back.
Get JS. Oh, shit. Get JS up here, boys. Let's go. Come on.
It's Effigy. Effigy dropped off.
Why did Effigy jump off?
William says keep him muted. New guy's got a 2-minute mute.
Oh, damn.
Toxic, dude.
Good old fashioned. Newbies always get gotta get the hazing. There's Effigy. I knew Effigy didn't leave us.
Yeah,
he ain't no rage quitter.
I was a newbie. I'm still waiting for my hazing. Where my hazing at?
Be careful what you wish for, Mark.
Yeah, be careful what you wish for.
Somebody
Don't
bring
tell
this shit
Chad.
because they never brought it the first time.
Oh,
That is savage.
He got handed it the first time too. He can tell you about that shit.
Don't count your chickens before they hatch.
Hey,
I'm black.
K2,
I
where
eat
you
chicken all
at,
day.
dude?
Bring that shit.
I didn't even see who chat decided who they want to see in the 1v1. Let me see. I see James, Lestrange, dude on the right of Lestrange,
Martai.
of me, right of me of okay. Yeah, I get it. JS chair versus speak. Oh Lord.
Can't do that. Yes, ain't even on the panel.
All right, guys, get more coordinated here, chat. Let's do it again.
They're everywhere.
Oh shit.
There he is.
Shit. Oh shit. All right,
Chair
so Ryan, because how this goes, if the panel's full when there's a revive, the last person that came up has to go back to the back. So I'm gonna put you back in the back for now, but you can still stay in line there because next spot will be yours. And we have a revive.
I don't think so.
What's up, James?
Hey, JS.
Go.
Earlier, actually, I did not agree with what you said earlier.
Yeah, but you called me a PDF file defender.
Yeah, you're.
Here we go.
How am I defending PDF files?
Come on, chat. Change it to JS versus James.
We're not
JS versus James.
Released.
Gotta get decapitated, boy.
I would like to see this rematch.
verbally decapitated. YouTube, I'm sorry.
Verbally in Minecraft.
So I call you a bitch for that.
What? Oh. Yeah, you said we got to get rid of the estrogen. You saying that I got the estrogen? You don't even know what estrogen is.
I do know what estrogen is, sir. You got.
I don't know why you came in the door.
Oh my god!
I don't know why you came in the door. Like you should have came in the door,
dude. I want to Peter Griffith James right now. This is like the little kid, like and he just
oh shit. Mama Bear has decided.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Let's fucking go. Put everyone else in the back. This should get bloody. So, you know what? I think just because I think we should go back to the topic of if because I want you to remember what the take was, James, before you want to take it on. If the Epstein files, or sorry, here, let me bring it up again here for you. I had it.
It was something like
does national security justify Trump lying about the Epstein files?
No,
we don't even have to.
I don't think Trump shouldn't lie about the Epstein files. He should release them. What does national security have to do with the Epstein files?
Yeah, we could just do
this
broadly.
I know y'all said something about Mossad and how Epstein has connections with Mossad.
All right, wait, stop, wait, don't debate
I'm not
it yet.
Go into all that. I'm not
going to
go
don't
into
debate it yet, James.
Okay, but I'm just saying.
All right, but you guys are on the opposite side of this, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. I want to release those files.
James, wait. I know you're excited to spill the blood tonight. But hold up a second. Chat. Reminder for the chat. This is going to 5 minutes. Chat, if you want the blood to last longer, throw a couple tens on there. Add some minutes, okay? It's 10 to add a minute. It is 60 if you want to be the solo judge, all right? And if we don't get a solo judge, it goes to the chat poll, and the loser of the poll will lose their soul. Fighters, good luck to both of you. Let's get it.
I really don't see why national security has anything to do with the Epstein files.
I really don't care about the Epstein files. I want to know why I'm a PDF defender because I'm saying the files shouldn't be released. If Trump says if Trump lies to us and says the files are going to get released and then they don't get released, guess what? Every time Trump's done something and the media said, oh my God, look at what Trump did, they were fucking wrong. Have you not been paying attention for the last 8 years? All they want to do is attack him and besmirch him. And this is driving a wedge in MAGA. It's making everybody who agreed with him like, whoa, well, I'm questioning him now. Why? What are the Epstein files, James?
There are a group of people that were on Epstein Island that did all those crimes and need to be released so that way.
Okay. Do you think we can't?
jail.
So here's how we stick to the top. Here's how we stick to the topic.
They need to get the death penalty.
Here's how I stick to the topic. National security is the destabilization of our nation because everybody comes under.
Have to do with the Epstein files.
You will just.
It's actually making Trump look worse, not wanting to release the Epstein files. You do realize that. Even
James, you just parrot whatever the popular opinion is. And when Stephen King is agreeing with the MAGA people, then that's a problem. Like when everybody's agreeing, you're going with the broad road. Like there's ways we can prosecute people without releasing the files to the mass. Yeah, the broad road. You're taking the broad road. They're taking the popular road. Everybody says we got to release the files. We got to release the files. We don't know what the files are. You know, we'll pick and choose what we want released, but what we don't want released.
Irregardless if they're rich or not, do you think they should?
I don't care if they're rich. Yes, we need to go after them. Yes, we go after.
Release the files. You concede it. Thank you.
No. What does releasing the files have to do with prosecuting the people responsible? Actually, I would argue not releasing the files would be a better way to covertly prosecute the people responsible. You don't release that to the masses because then you get court of public appeal. Every name that's on that list, people are going to turn on them and they're going to hate them, possibly for no reason at all. A lot of them are going to be on that list, not even related. This list that you're talking about has already been, it's already come out. It's the flight laws. You got the flight laws. Now we got the grand jury statements coming out. Eventually, it'll take some time.
Already public people. People already have opinions about these people.
But I'm not defending PDF files by saying we shouldn't release the list. And the prompt is national security doesn't justify Trump lying about the list. I think a lot of things justify Trump lying. Trump is
national security have to do with the Epstein.
Sometimes you got to lie to the people, James. I know people like myself and people like lower class and people like Easy. We can look at things logical and reasonable and we can think about it and we can look at the best sides and we can talk about it. But there's a lot of dumb fucks who see this and they're just like, you're a PDF defender if you don't support the list coming out. Like there's a lot of people. The mob is dumb. We've been demoralized. We've been instabilized.
Hello. Can you answer the question? What does national security have to do with the Epstein files coming out? What's going to break national security?
That's the prompt. I only brought that up because it's the prompt. I just wanted to roast your ass because you wanted to, when I'm not on the panel, come up and say a lot of people and the names you drop are me. The only name you drop is me.
I want to say it to you directly. But
okay, well, good play. You got me back, James. Good work. I'm not really mad at you, James. I
didn't get you back. Don't talk.
I just think that's unreasonable. I'm not defending PDF files by saying the list shouldn't be released. I'm saying there could be a national security reason. There could be a global security reason. This could cause global destabilization.
It causes a global problem.
It could cause a global problem in a lot of ways when all of these leaders' names, it turns people. This is the way they install one world government, by the way, 101. You destabilize the world by making everybody hate their own governments. And then you have the Operation Blue Beam. Jesus swipes in, fake Jesus, the Antichrist swipes in and saves everybody. No, we don't need to release the list. There's operatives on that list that could be burnt.
I don't think that's going to happen if they release the Epstein files.
I'm not trying to make the what about nuclear war argument because I don't even believe in nukes.
And the files would not be that heavily connected to the government to the point the world it would destabilize the entire world.
What do you mean? If it's a CIA operation and a Mossad operation and a Saudi operation, then I'm sure everybody's tied in. What I'm saying is, yes, we should prosecute that.
I got a question.
I'm saying we should prosecute that, but it would destabilize our nation. It would harm our national security if the mob saw this list that they don't even know how to. People don't, dude, with all the YouTube and the TikTok, all these retards, dude, people are just going to look at it and be like, oh my God. Like people
But ain't that allegedly, JS, that he's in Mossad and he's connected with MI5? Ain't that allegedly, not necessarily guaranteed? Because they don't even have records.
Well, that's why I mentioned all of. I think it's pretty credible. I think it's pretty credible. He was involved with some spy organization. We don't know if it's Mossad, CIA, or Saudis, or
even if he
shit,
is,
I don't know, MI6 or what. But
issue.
probably all of them.
And that's again alleged, not necessarily guaranteed. There's no actual evidence to show that guaranteed that he's part of some MI5 or MI. Or
Know that, James, because you haven't seen the files. The government has, and maybe the government is like, "Oh shit, he's involved with some CIA stuff. What do we do?"
You think that's in the Epstein files that he's involved with Mossad and stuff?
Hey, they're all idiots. It's a hoax. That's what you do.
Wait a minute. So you're saying that's you're thinking that's in the files? Well, how do you
I
know
don't
that's in the
know.
files?
You
Yeah,
don't know. I don't know, and you don't know either. But if there were, James, if there were something in the files,
assuming that he's probably not. I'm not saying that he is or isn't. You're basically
we
trying to
both
say
don't
he
know.
is.
No, I'm saying we don't know. But the government does, who's seen the files, and maybe there's a reason they don't want to release it to the
Or
public.
maybe they're covering for Epstein. Who knows? There's a
Maybe.
possibility that they're covering for Epstein because
Maybe, James, maybe James. But if it were, the case that there was something in those files that would destabilize America, which would lead to our enemies being able to attack us easier.
Destabilize the national security. I don't understand how that destabilizes.
I just gave a fucking example, dude. That's my whole argument is if it could destabilize our country, which is our national security, which could lead to our enemies attacking us.
You're not telling me how. You're saying if it does, but how? How would it?
Because we don't know. You don't know any more than I know. So I'm saying if it is the case,
so you're assuming. You're doing.
I'm doing a hypothetical, James. Do you know what hypotheticals are? If it were the case that there's something in those files that could destabilize our nation, would it be better not to release that to the public and to pursue it covertly through the government?
Well, you're saying if, and then that's assumptions. And I don't think
it's called a hypothetical, James.
They're saying it is. Doesn't
it's called a
mean that
hypothetical,
it is. Do you
James.
believe everything the government says?
It's called a hypothetical, James.
Yeah, it's called a hypothetical, but I don't see.
Well, if you can dodge a hypothetical, you can dodge a ball.
Even if it destabilize the national security, why not release it? Why not still release it? Because
James, what's the
prompt? If it would destabilize national security, should you release it? No, and Trump should lie about it to try to cover his trails.
James, what's the prompt? James, what's the prompt?
Not national security, whether it should be released because of national security reasons.
Any situation that destabilizes national security.
I'm gonna let it get to 9 minutes just to see if we have a solo judge.
Oh, man.
But James, listen,
you just want it released because a bunch of people on the internet said it.
James, I'm on your side of this argument, but the thing is, like, when he's saying if national security, the prompt is, does national security justify Trump lying? So he would have to present an argument of if it is going to destabilize because that's what he defined as national security, is keeping the nation stable. So if the nation is going to face a something of destabilization, that's what he's arguing for. So when you keep saying that's an if thing and making assumptions, of course it's a hypothetical. He's making a hypothetical for you and asking if you agree with it or not.
He's arguing the prompt.
Yeah, but you can't really make a hypothetical on that one.
I didn't even want to argue the prompt, but I tried to bring it back in.
Yeah, no. You did a great job, JS. Like, you made the succinct argument, and he avoided it.
Yeah. But dude, people raging out. That pissed me off. I'm not a PDF defender, James.
Yeah, but I can't see how.
I think they should get the death penalty.
I still can't understand.
I'd put them in a cell with 5 hours with John Jones.
Right. Yeah.
I'd castrate them.
I still can't understand why it would affect national security if something was in there that would affect.
What do you think? Okay, well, James. I don't know if you're just being bad faith, if you're being honest with that question, but let me engage as if
I'm
you're
being
being
honest.
honest.
I don't know why.
Okay, let me engage if you
I
if you're
talked
being
about
honest.
destabilization of the people, global conflict.
Actually,
war.
before I engage, as if you're being honest, chat. I'm about to put the poll in right now. Okay, let me drop it in there for you. If you want to vote for this man right here, you're voting for JS Urban Adventures on the poll. And if you want to vote for this man right here, you're voting for James Life Talks on the poll. Okay. Get your votes in now, chat. Starting this timer over. You got 2 minutes. But James, let me ask you, okay? If we were to find out on this list that the majority of our government that is running everything, the majority of the Supreme Courts, the majority of both administrations, the majority of them are all a part of this thing, what do you think the public's reaction will be? Do you think that there's any possible time, any possibility of the public's reaction being click, click, bang, motherfucker?
We're already losing our minds in America. They've already been destabilizing us for 60
I mean, lower
years. And
class
this is
just said if they come to take his guns, he's about to shoot them. So I don't think lower class is going to be. I think lower class might go and start banging up people if he finds that out.
Regardless, even if there's a
lot of people will die.
You ain't lying, brother.
Thousand Luigi Mangione.
They should still release
there,
the files.
there could be a civil war.
Be real, like, tell me if I'm wrong. Lower class, you would probably be amongst those.
Fish will rain from the sky.
Tell me if I'm wrong. Lower class, you would probably be amongst those in this hypothetical world that of the ones that armed up to fight the government.
Yeah.
Well, we should fight the government if the majority of them are corrupt.
Yeah, see, I just rather that not happen.
JS is okay, but I'm trying to explain to you. JS's argument is that he thinks making sure that doesn't happen justifies not releasing it because he doesn't want to see
after
the society fall.
Yeah, you still go after the people on the list. You just don't release it to the public.
Happens because
we do this all the time. We don't release public information when we're doing investigations into serial killers and stuff.
That's
we
not
serial killers.
JS isn't saying don't go after them.
We let the public know what we need them to know to help us solve the case, but
James, think of it like
dumping all the information on the mass public. That's crazy.
No, we go to rest first.
This says mute James. Stop saying
irregardless. Not a fucking word, James. It's a dumb person trying to sound smart word. I hate those words.
To get muted, though. This was the worst moment.
Man.
I mean, okay, you got to mute up right now, James. I got you muted. The timer's going. Listen. All right. the chat has put their votes in. Okay, 33 votes. All right, thank you to everyone who voted. 33 votes and 63% has voted that the winner of the 1v1 is JS Urban Adventures. And James, I mean, I'm sorry that you're muted right now, but let me help you out, okay? Everyone, go find James on James Live. Here, actually, let me do it better. You can find James. You can find me at James Live Talks and
on YouTube and on
James Live
Twitch
Talks
and on Kick.
James Live Talks.
Was that the Tanner in the video in the picture?
All my links are on James Live Talks. Make sure you search it up. Everything's there. All right.
Who's got the estrogen now, bitch?
I need you guys to bring me up because I actually made a good argument. I thought I did, but you guys thought I didn't, but I thought I did. So bring me up back because I deserve it. I come here every week. All right. And I got big purchases coming. Big purchases.
That was a good James.
I got a car. I got a house. I got a horse and a donkey that I need to buy. So you guys need to help me out here. Bring me back. I need to win this $250. All right.
Hell yeah.
And
yeah,
also,
let me know you got a mule.
Yeah, I just found out I need some chickens too.
Chickens are good.
Hey, don't forget the
I had
goat.
to,
You know?
James. I had to. At least I didn't just take you out, bro. You know what I'm saying? Tell everybody where they can find you, James, and why they gotta bring you back, motherfucker.
Look me up at James Life Talks on YouTube.
It's gonna be exactly the same.
See?
And the reason you should bring me back is because, man, James didn't make a great argument, man. Because he kept answering the question of how it would affect national security. He kept dodging that question, but yet I got called out for quote unquote dodging this question when I had the first question before he had that question. So yeah.
Amazing.
Thank y'all. Have a great one.
Told you my impersonation's on point. James, love you, bro. Always a pleasure having you. And if they bring you back, you know you are more than welcome. All right. And until then, my friend.
Bye.
Your soul is mine.
Fatality.
Another soul added into the safe of souls. And that's how it goes. On Verbal Combat Friday, baby.
Another one busted those.
Shit. That was.
And Ryan is welcome to come back up. But real quick, stay muted because you got 30 seconds left on that mute you had before you went to the back. And chat has to get their full minutes, all right? And War Pig, welcome back, all right, to the members. I know you were a member and then took it off and then came back. I mean, not that you took it off, but you said something about your card or whatever. But appreciate you.
James,
You're always a G, always supporting. You a G.
I think James stole my lighter.
James, come back. You have a
my
lighter.
Damn it.
Oh man.
Actually, Chris, I think you stole my ladder, bro.
Damn.
Yeah, James said I'm a country boy. Hey, don't be sorry for that. I'm just fucking with
James pissed me off, man. He came on. He's like, I'm gonna get rid of the estrogen, these PDF defenders, and the only name he mentions is mine.
All right, Ryan.
Well, there were some people defending it. I think it was JS and some other people.
Yeah. He just wanted bad blood with you.
Oh shit!
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Here we go. Another mute.
It's the you guys.
The fresh blood always gets it. That's a 4-minute too.
Dude, James never beats me on VK, but then his first formal.
You know what I always say?
He wins.
You know what I always say though? I always think of it this way. If you're a newbie and you get that hazing when you come, you just got to think, this just gives me a chance to be up here, get the chat used to my face, and I can't fuck anything up with them yet because I haven't talked.
It's a good strat to just sit quietly for a bit.
Wait, where'd Marte go?
He said he dropped by accident, and then I dropped the link, but he never came back. So,
oh shit.
You ran like a
he
bitch.
did, and I didn't notice. Let me look.
Mote, you ran.
No,
like a bitch.
he didn't, but someone else did. But it is well past the 1:30 mark. All right, so this one won't be eligible for the prize tonight, but they're still more than welcome to debate. We still got another hour, a little more than that. So. Returning Verbal Combat Champion. Let's fucking go, Kieran Markin. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. I know I don't qualify for the final prize, but I thought I'd come up irregardless.
Let's go, Kieran.
Oh my god.
Too fucking good. Yeah. All right, I want to get back to this topic though, because I think this is a really good topic, and I think I had this in my list for so long. I don't know how I've looked past it all this time. We've been going 82 weeks now, okay, and I haven't brought this topic up not even once yet. So let's get back to this. Should cash bail be abolished?
Yes.
No, when you say that, it sounds like a liberal thing, which means we just let criminals out of jail. To me, that's what I hear.
See, the exact
say there's no bail, right? Like, so
Yeah, I was like,
you just keep them locked up.
Bail, you don't get out.
Someone else is going to mention the other. There's other people that are going to mention the other.
All right, well now you kind of getting me.
Yeah, so there's people that are going to mention the other forms of bail, and I'm sure that's where we would go to. So, like, let's just cut that in that ass right now, and let's just say, should we just abolish bail in general?
Yes, correct. Yes, 100%.
Have you made us wait? Yes, we should.
Absolutely, bro. If someone's facing trial and they get arrested for a crime, they should stay in jail until it's proven that they are innocent.
Damn, I never thought about that.
So I just
So they were seen guilty?
I thought that cat was in my house for a second. I was like, "What the fuck? Why is there a cat in here?"
Did he just say they should stay in jail until they're proven innocent?
Correct.
Can you hear yourself, bro?
No.
Can you literally hear yourself?
I sure can. Yeah.
But
stay in. Just if you're.
You made me do this. Name change.
Just
Go
to
ahead,
be clear.
I know where you're going
thank-
with it. It was going to be the same thing I'd say anyway. So go ahead.
Yeah, so you want to reverse the fundamental principle of the legal system. Literally turn it on its head.
And I just unmuted you, Ryan. You can unmute now.
So here's my question for you, Kieran. Okay, so if someone is accused or even like tried of a crime, what is the percent of those people that actually goes free because they've been proven innocent?
You tell me.
No, you're the one that's arguing against.
I don't know. So you tell me.
Correct. That's my point. So what I'm saying
what's the percentage? What's the percentage?
It's a lot more than it is not.
What's the percentage? You don't know, do you? You don't even know.
It's a lot more than it is not.
What's the percentage? You asked me what's the percentage as though you had some kind of gotcha. You thought you had some gotcha. He won't know the percentage. You don't know the percentage, motherfucker.
Well,
you're the one that's arguing the point. So
this right here, Ryan. These are our moves here, in case you didn't get to see them yet. But $20. That is
Kieran's out for blood, bro.
King,
Oh shit, and King, bro.
5 minutes in the back. So I'm gonna put you in the back. You got 5 minutes. I got the timer going now.
72%.
You looked it up, didn't you?
I did. Yes.
Good job. Good job. And so what's the point?
Yeah. So that way
What's the
now
point?
you look like a fucking idiot. Okay.
You tell me the point. You tell me what's the point.
Yes, 3/4 of people who actually get tried in a court of law in a fair trial end up going to prison. So it's much more comparable to leave somebody in jail, which is not a terrible condition, in order for them to end up going to trial and going to jail.
Being in jail. Hang on, bro. I'll respond.
I'm not done.
One point at a time.
Stop, Kieran.
1 point at a time.
Stop. No, that's fine. That's fine. What I'm saying is, though, so what you're trying to advocate for is innocent people who can't afford it are going to end up in jail anyway. So what would end up happening is rich, guilty people have much more of an option to get out of jail and run versus innocent poor people being stuck in jail to await their trials.
That has to be the single most retarded argument I've ever heard in my entire life, bro.
I mean, you can say that, but it's the truth.
I'm so glad I shut up and let you talk.
100%. I bet you are. Now fucking argue it. Argue it.
Okay, I would argue that it's better that 10 guilty people go free than one innocent person goes to jail.
But
There's my
that
argument.
has nothing to do with what we're talking about here.
Yeah, but what you said
because you said. Wait, wouldn't that be against your argument, though, lower class? Wait, I may be confused. Lower class, are you the one saying there should be no bail? They should stay in jail until they face the court.
Correct.
Okay, but so then you're saying it's because. Oh, okay, and you're saying it's because you don't like the fact that rich people can get out and poor people can't.
Correct. Yes.
Gotcha.
But everyone has the right to a speedy
Okay,
trial.
never mind. I thought I was hearing you wrong at first.
No, but middle class is saying that 1 in 4 people that go to jail are actually innocent, and he doesn't mind locking up 1 in 4 people without bail that are innocent.
Yep.
But it is kind of a socialist argument.
He also said that going to jail isn't that bad. You know, losing your job, you know,
It's an
being stuck in a cell
anti-capitalist
isn't that bad.
argument.
It's not. It's not. Have you ever been to jail, Kieran? Have you ever been to jail
No.
in America?
Okay,
but generally
You aren't
people
gonna-
who make money
you
are
surely-
the people that we
you
want
surely
to get out
aren't-
of
you
jail. if
surely-
they're innocent.
You surely aren't going to flex by saying I've been to jail. Please don't. Please do.
Have you ever
Please
been
do.
to jail in America?
I've been to
I've been
jail.
to jail
Yeah,
nowhere,
but-
brother. I've been to jail
Yeah, but
nowhere.
let me ask. So the thing with this, right, is that even like if we're keeping people in jail till they face court, that means that you're gonna have people sitting in there for some of them lengthy periods for something
It could
didn't
take
do.
5 years.
right?
It's true, Speakeasy. But the main point, if we can go back to the basic principle where this began,
It's a
this guy
non-argument.
said.
If they don't
This
have
guy
the money,
said.
they're still going to sit
This guy, hang on, bro. Let's go back to the first thing you said, which was people should stay in jail until they're proven innocent.
Yeah, you
Contend
make
with
a
that.
good argument,
Tell-
lower class, that I never heard before, and I kind of like it, but I still got to stick with cash bail.
I just want to ask the real question.
To speak to
Steel Man, did your suspenders eat your fancy shirt? What happened there, bro?
to speak to lower classes side, though, realistically, if you're innocent and you get arrested and you spend any time in a holding cell or whatever, you're still an innocent person being held. So, like, if your only argument is we don't want to hold innocent people, well, you'd have to get rid of the arresting process in total. How are you going to do that? We're always going to hold innocent people. Now, if that's your only argument, you're kind of getting rid of the whole arresting system. You have to have the differentiation here. And if it's just time, well, then it's going to be subjective on who gets to decide the time and why.
Yes,
That's where it made me think about it.
There's also one caveat.
Conclusion, but thank you, Speakeasy.
I want the guy that's able to afford $1,000 bail.
Yeah, who
to be
cares
able to
about
get
that,
out
bro?
because he's probably
cares
going to be
about
the
that?
first. Shut up, Kieran. Can I make my point? The
Please
guy
do.
that's
Please
able to
do it
pay
again.
his bail oftentimes is going to be the guy that's in that 30% of
on,
innocent
bro.
people.
So it's 50 labor.
That's absolutely crazy.
I'm a capitalist, baby.
500 rand.
That's crazy, bro. Oh my god, dude.
Yeah. But shouldn't you be able to pay for the privilege?
The 70% that can't afford bail, they're probably guilty, you know?
Yes, yeah. And
Oh, that's
why
crazy.
they gave any and all tokens
Why-
to Epstein community. So they
Please,
wouldn't
please,
even face
No,
something in the holding
actually,
please.
even more
keep talking.
to lower classes side here. Like, this is actually why I've argued many times about why we shouldn't even have like all lawyers should get paid really good by the government, and everyone has equal access to the really good lawyers because poor people get shitty defense. So I've said the same argument is because we got rich people getting off with all types of shit because they have really good lawyers, and the poor people that aren't even doing nearly as bad shit face mad time because they have shitty lawyers.
Perfect example.
What about music
Speak, I
and
like
real
the,
estate lawyers? What
Speak,
about like
I-
real
I-
estate or music lawyers? Because they
Yeah,
can't get
Speakeasy,
paid by the government.
Speakeasy, I respect the sentiment behind that idea, but it sounds a lot like communism. That's where it's heading. Where,
Kieran,
you know,
shut up, dude. Communism?
no, it's
Okay.
true. No, it's true. Yeah,
No, it's
take
not
money off.
at all.
Take
at all.
money.
So
Shut up. Take money. Take money off some people.
Advocating for
Hey,
what you're
can I make
saying-
the point? Can I
Kieran,
make
I
the
would
point?
argue that it's constitutional to do it my way because you're not only due to a speedy process, you're due to a fair process. How fair is it if a rich asshole gets the best lawyer in the world and the poor me gets nothing? I get the
Well, how fair is it? Okay, fair enough. I'll respond. I'll respond.
Capitalism, baby.
I'll respond.
I mean,
I'll
bro,
respond.
in that situation, you might as well
Hang
let
on,
him
hang
bottle
on.
the trial.
I'm going to respond to Speakeasy. How fair is it that if you fuck up and go to jail, the government takes money off me to pay a lawyer to help you out? Is that fair?
They do already. What do you public defenders?
I'm
They
asking, is
do.
it fair?
If
I know they
shitty
do it. I'm asking,
lawyers-
is it fair?
if
I'm
they
asking.
shitty lawyers. Yes, I think it's fair. Yes.
So it's fair the government takes my money
yes,
to
because it's
pay
in the
you a lawyer.
Constitution, because it's in the Constitution.
And it also, that money that you pay in keeps innocent people out of jail as well. Not that public defenders don't get anybody off, but what I'm saying is, like, people who end up paying large amounts of money to professional liars to go in and utilize their clout that they have with judges and prosecutors and everything, because that's how the fucking judicial system in the United States works. Like you're operating off of the assumption that the judicial system operates totally off of fair and equal justice, and that's crazy. Look at Diddy. That's a perfect fucking example.
Yeah, but should it be like that, right? Lower class,
No,
should
it
it
should.
be like
It
that?
should. Did he get sentenced yet?
Well, that's what Speak's saying.
But that buttresses the point of everyone should be left in jail until they get a fair trial. That's it. There's no there's no argument to that then.
Fuck's sake.
Listen, I'm with you. Listen. I actually I might be on this side too. Listen. Let me explain it to you. All right. There's no bail. Lawyers are all the good lawyers. Everyone has access to the good lawyers too. So it's funded by the government. All right. Obviously by our taxes. I know you're gonna say we fund it. Yes, I get that. All right. And also, we get rid of the jury trials. It'd speed the whole fucking process up so fast. Do all of this, we get it. We figure it out real quick. Boom, 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 boom. Innocent people free, guilty people in jail, and move on with life.
Point. That's a good point.
Bro,
what we do,
But, okay,
that's a really good
wait,
point.
I can actually make
hang on, Chris, hang on.
Okay, because I actually have an argument against that.
Let me say one thing, Chris, first. According to Speakeasy, thanks, Chris. According to Speakeasy's plan to speed it up, what we should do is appoint lower class, the judge of everything, and then just put him before him. He can prove him innocent or not.
Face, yes. Do it.
Sorry,
You
Chris.
got it, Kieran. You
I'd be
win,
okay
bro.
with that.
You win.
Shiva, welcome to the show.
Good morning, Americans. And
Good to see you, man.
Welcome. There's an
Australians and
Australian
Africans are
here
here
too.
too.
You know what? I like that. Shiva respecting that Australia ain't real.
Hold on.
What about the African? What about the African? Why Shiva racist? Why Shiva racist?
I just want to be very clear.
You ain't real, kid.
I thought I would bring a British perspective to this crazy discussion that you guys are.
No, I was first. You wait a second.
That's right. Chris was saying something. I cut him off.
Yeah,
That's right.
Exactly. Shiva, I love you, but you wait a second.
You don't.
What about people that are innocent that don't want to end up in jail because they know they're innocent? Shouldn't they have a chance to not go to jail if they're innocent?
Yeah, but what if they don't have the money
trials
to cash
for
bail,
it.
which most of them don't?
That's why.
Yeah,
That's
well,
what I'm
then-
saying. I get it.
But then they can't get out, right? Yeah, exactly.
Well,
so
how about
all
this?
Should they have a right to not go to
Yeah, but
jail
nothing
at
in life
all?
is fair.
Should they have a right? Wait, are you
you are
asking, Chris? Are you asking should they have a right to not go to jail at all?
No, not go to jail until
Let me
you know
give you
they
a
get their
situation
trial.
that happened to me.
Until
Give
they
you a
get their
situation
trial,
that happened to me. So it's anecdotal, I know, but this will give you a good example. Okay.
Yeah.
I had an ex that put her hands all over me. Marks, I was all fucked up, all crazy. But when the police got there, she said I did it to her. Right? She said I was hitting her. So we both got arrested, and there was no bail judge available. So I had to sit in a jail for 6 days because the bail judge was sick, and there was no bail judge available to let me get out of there until the court case.
Yeah.
Right. And by the way, just so if everyone's wondering, that bitch ended up getting charged. She should have never took me to court, never said any of that shit. I would have never ratted her out, but fuck that shit. I showed all the evidence. Anyways, anyways, though, the point is, should I have not? Should they have just let me free, thinking that I beat some chick? Should they have let me free because, well, we shouldn't put an innocent guy in jail?
Yeah, but Speak, isn't there a
But see, if you pay,
we should just let him out.
No, but if you pay bail, then you can, right? It's the same as healthcare.
There was
if
no
you got
bail
more money,
judge.
you get better healthcare.
Wait, no. It was literally a situation. It wouldn't have mattered if I was a millionaire. It wouldn't have mattered. There was nobody.
That's an exception, though.
Let me out
that
on
was
bail.
an exception. Yeah, so
exactly.
That's an exception, yeah.
So, and that's okay, right?
Let me ask this, Speak.
What can you do?
Why do you arbitrarily decide when we're okay to hold innocent people in jail? That's what lower class has been saying. And you know what? I'm feeling it.
And what this is speaking to is how fucked up the US system is. So I think you guys should adopt the system that we have in the UK. We don't have specialized bail judges. We just have judges. So that would vastly reduce the incidences of what happened to Easy happening. Also, bail is granted on the basis of risk. So I
was going to say that, yeah. I was going to say that, Shiva. But
we trust the judiciary to be able to determine whether granting an accused bail poses a risk of either absconding or further offending, and largely it's on that basis that bail is granted or denied. It's not on the basis of how wealthy the accused is.
Panel of psychics or what?
How do they
Shiva, I'm pretty sure that America has a similar system. A judge can deny bail. He'll say, has this person has this person absconded on bail before? Have they tried to fly overseas? Is it a really serious criminal matter, like a horrible murder or something? A judge can look at the evidence and say, there's no bail.
Yeah. And it seems to me
all acting like right now, if Elon Musk got he was a suspect in a murder case, okay? Are we gonna act like, even though the government knows he could literally go anywhere he wanted and got billions, they aren't gonna let him out on bail?
Well, they don't have to give him a bail.
A first-time offender? Yes, they would. Yes, they would.
They probably would. Dude, you're talking about an actual billionaire.
Yeah,
like, I don't think he's got to even worry about talking to the
he would pay
judge.
for bail, and he could be out while he deals with his charges. Where's he going to hide? Is Elon Musk going to hide somewhere? That's what Shiva was just saying.
Elon Musk? Where's Elon Musk going to hide?
Yeah. He's probably got a chip in his head. We can track him.
Are you under the impression that Elon Musk isn't the type of guy that could just disappear tomorrow if he wanted to?
I don't think he could. Wow. He's too high status.
Okay,
but he could. He could.
I mean, it might take a little more
if there's an island somewhere where Tupac lives, yes, he could disappear to an island somewhere forever. That's fine. And basically, we're banishing him to an island forever with Tupac and with all the other people who didn't really die.
he wouldn't be able to.
He wouldn't live his life. He can't walk around.
He wouldn't.
He's going to Cuba, bro.
He wouldn't be able to disappear. He would.
Edward Snowden is one of the most wanted men.
He wouldn't be able to disappear, but he would be able to go to a country where they don't have an extradition.
We know where Snowden is. We can't get Snowden. Snowden's done podcasts.
Exactly. That's the fucking point, JS. Holy shit.
So I've not yet. I still think that the US bail system is fucked. And that you should adopt a system similar to the UK bail system, where we trust
we should just wipe it entirely, right?
No, that's not the UK bail system. No, don't strawman me, lower class. I don't like being strawmanned by men with beards. Stop it.
But I feel like I feel like Easy made the argument for bail bonds because you said there wasn't a judge there, so you got held innocently for 6 days. If the bail bond system was better, you would have had a judge.
I was a guy though that beat my girlfriend. Do you think I should have got the bail too?
Well, if there was no bail judge there, you wouldn't have got it either way.
But I'm asking you, should I have?
And if there was a better bail judge
Should
there,
I
you would have
have?
had a high bail. If you got the money to pay for it, yeah, you should get out and get to fight your case while you're out. Because when you're locked up and you got public defenders, you can't represent yourself properly. So there's kind of an incentive to being a successful person before. Stop breaking the law, asshole.
In my
have some money.
Exactly.
In my world, though, the public defenders would be amazing lawyers.
Guys,
My
let's be fair.
Correct.
Yeah.
Well, now we're just making up.
No, bail bonds are there too.
Yes,
Steve, can you turn up? Can you turn up Ryan?
Yeah.
His mic super soft, bro.
Let me see.
I thought he was muted still.
No.
Here, talk.
So check. So the bail bond is there to make money, right? So it's very simple. The reason why they win is because they're the one that control the money flow, right? So if that didn't exist, yeah, things would be different. Bonds only exist because you're flight risk or not, right? That's why the amount of money you have to pay in is more if you're potentially going to be leaving the country and not being prosecuted.
Or for the severity of the crime. Yeah. The severity of the crime is going to make it more likely that you're going to run, so they raise the bail.
Yeah, exactly. So that is why that exists. It's
But what if you're a broke ass scrub like me? And
You got another 2
accused
minutes.
of stealing something from
Then
a store, and I didn't fucking steal something from a store. Either way, I'm going to be stuck in jail until my trial.
Well, you get a little vacation.
Right, exactly. So everyone gets a little vacation, and they can just sit in jail, and they don't have to pay for food. They don't have to pay for a bed. They don't have to pay for shelter. They don't have to pay for security.
Yes,
And
but
you
some
can
people, some
and you
people
can-
don't have time to take a vacation. So if there's a crime they're innocent of, they should be out and be able to fight it with their family and with their job and keep all those things.
What if I have a time security?
The people who can take a little vacation won't be able to pay the bail anyway. So let them sit.
I can't afford to
Hey,
take.
here's how the cops look
I
at
don't
it.
have
They
a boss,
figure, well,
JS.
you account for your sentence.
Listen. I don't have a boss.
If you got responsibilities,
I'm
you'll
a
be able to
private
pay your bail.
contractor. If I go to jail and I am innocently accused, I can't afford to just go to jail and pay to get out, right? So there's no job security that's going to help me pay for my bail. If
Dude, every time I couldn't pay my bail, I was guilty. So it's an anecdote,
but that's
the people who can't pay their bail. Well, it's not. It's
that's
also-
100%. That's 100%.
I'm being a little anecdotal, but I've kind of been in the system a bit, and the people who can't pay their bail can take a vacation for 30 days fighting the charge, and they're probably guilty.